Welcome
to LeagueCast. Let's go.
Intriguing.
Immediately. Without delay. Hello and welcome to LeagueCast episode 214. It's the 11th of February. My name is Christopher Puner. With me, I'm joined by an Aiden Frost Rock Arts.
Whoa, I'm second?
You're second this time. And Nick the King Cooper.
I'm second?
You're last. Second. Whatever. You're third? Third? Technically. Okay. I don't... Whatever. Anyway, hey, welcome to the show. A little bit of a curveball there, I suppose. I mean, Aiden seemed kind of frightened. But you know, it's been a week since the last show, and as customary, we are going to do another show because it's a new week. And this show is being done on Thursday. Again, we had to move it back. Actually, this time it was my fault. And my preference because a bunch of new stuff came out for Destiny like the day of our recording, so I had to make some time to make sure that I could get all that shit together before that. So, but never fear. I mean, this episode's going to go up at the same time as it normally does, so you guys probably won't even notice. But yeah, hey, it's been some time. So in that time that it's been, Nick, what have you been doing?
I've been not too... I don't know. I haven't done that much. This was my 4-day week, so work was pretty busy. And then I played a bunch of League of Legends. Kind of lost a lot of elo. And then aside from that, I've gotten back into. I picked up Witcher 3 where I left off. So trying to finish that up. That's fucking fun. Oh my god.
Witcher is still fun for you?
Yes, Witcher's
That's
still
good.
fun. I just did a mission that reminded me a lot of not in like the same vein, but kind of like the same like importance of the last mission in Halo 1, last mission in Halo 3, like that kind of stuff.
You were driving a Warthog around?
No. That's why
okay.
That's why I was like not the same vein, but it kind of had a similar like feel, you know, like
Sure.
I remember this is a very memorable mission. You know, something like that. So,
okay,
that's a really good game.
Okay, I mean, I believe you. I have a copy of it. I just never play it.
Yeah, and I believe, I may be mistaken, but I think I heard that all the DLC is free if you purchase the game because the company doesn't believe in like
paid DLC.
Yeah,
that's good.
I think it's the first 7 DLC things. Like a couple of them are like, or it's like a certain amount, but like a couple of them are like small little cosmetic things, but a couple of them are like bigger things. So I'm sure they'll have like 1 or 2 paid DLCs, but
oh sure,
there's a certain amount they're giving out for free because they were in development while the game was coming out. So they felt kind of like this is already done. So I mean, we're gonna put this out at some point. I think
Project Red is such a good company. They're the people who make it. But,
yeah, they have been. When they came out the first Witcher, they were kind of like a no-name. Nobody knew who they were, and that was like their first game, too. And then it just blew up.
I feel like even Witcher 2 wasn't that popular, you know? Or not that
No,
hyped.
but it was well-received.
Yeah, it was.
Across the board.
I liked it.
The Witcher series has been pretty well-received, yeah.
And then Witcher 3 was just like, boom, best game of the year, baby.
It's a good one.
It is a good one.
Any League, dude?
Oh, yeah, I said I played some League. I lost some ranked games. Ranked is fucking hard. I don't understand.
No, it is. It's pretty difficult this season.
I've decided that if you pick an AP champion mid, you just lose the game. Because eventually they just outscale you.
There's been a lot of AD assassins in the middle lane in my games. Lots of Talon Zed.
Have you played since the patch?
No, I haven't played. Oh, I know. I did. I played one game today. And I flirted with picking up that new item that we're going to talk about, but I didn't. So no, and I didn't have an experience with a mid assassin in that game. So no.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. I played one game as Zed with it, and it was incredibly good on him. I think it went off every time. I don't think it's OP either. It's like assassins weren't. I feel like assassins had ample counterplay to warrant an item like this, you know?
Yeah.
Right. So, okay. Anything else?
That was it for me.
All right, cool. Mr. Aiden Rockarts.
So my beginning of my week was pretty slow because I had a bunch of like university stuff to do. But I got all that out of the way, and I have reading week next week, so I've been playing a fuck ton of League and a fuck ton of The Witness because I'm still playing through The Witness.
What is reading week for?
It's like a week off, like to catch up on studies and stuff like that. Work on midterm projects.
Okay.
I have midterms the week after reading week, sort of thing. But it's just the time where you just do nothing for a week because you don't really need a week to catch up on shit.
Okay.
Until you're.
Some people do. Some people do.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying like not until like I could see like third and fourth there to being like, yeah, I'm probably gonna spend the entire time writing an essay. But like right now, it's like
One essay.
Just do the dupe.
It's almost like a university holiday.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there, at least for I know in Canada, like most of the for example, most universities in Canada have 2 reading weeks, 1 per semester, but some of them only have 1, and they're actually implemented due to increased stress and suicide rates.
Holy shit!
So I mean, that's why like they're kind of introduced. It's just like kind of a break, de-stressor, if you will.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good reason.
Yeah.
But the original design was for people to like study for a week before midterms and stuff and get their shit together. But yeah.
Yeah, it's turned into that. Like, I mean, that's the reason why like some universities don't have them, but are like kind of controversial not having them. But
right, yeah, we have them too.
Yeah.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, okay.
Midterms and finals.
Well, yeah, I know we have midterms and finals.
No, but before midterms and before finals, we'll have.
But it's not called reading week, is it?
It is. It's called reading week.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I've never heard reading week aside from the Canadians.
Yeah,
it's definitely another term for it.
I mean, it might not be in every college, but the 2 colleges that I attended during my college career, they both had reading weeks, and we referred to as such.
Okay.
So I don't know. It could be different. I don't know. It's also called study week. Other shit similar to that stuff. But reading week just kind of implies like people sitting around literally just studying and reading is what they're like kind of trying to put in your head. I mean, we just drink for the first 3 days of it anyway. It doesn't really matter. But just like any other week of college. I'm sorry. Keep going, Aiden.
Anyways, The Witness, which I've been playing, it's probably the best game I've played in a long time, just from game design standpoint. Like, there's 650 something puzzles in the game, and I've done, it's broken up into 3 different categories, like regular puzzles, this special type of puzzle, which I'm not going to spoil because they're really fucking cool. Like, literally, I beat the entire game without completing any of the second category of puzzles, and then you kind of like do one, and you're like, holy fuck, this game is crazy on another level. So there's like 523 of these regular ones, like 120 of these secondary ones, which are fucking crazy. One of these secondary puzzles, Nick, by the way, there's like these special areas which you can find that usually have a really hard puzzle in front of them, and then you find this thing which you enter in that it plays a movie on this screen hit in like this one area of the map, right? So literally it like plays a movie. Like most of these movies are like 10 minutes long. One of these puzzles you have to sit through a 55-minute movie to do.
What the fuck?
What?
Yeah.
Like a documentary?
Yeah, it's really, really fucking cool. Like,
is it a good 55-minute movie at least?
It's about what's it called? Easter eggs in games. Like they're all like on different things. Most of them are like just about exploration and how you observe the world, because that's pretty well what the game is about, the way that you perceive different things.
Okay.
So it's just really like it's fucking really, really cool. Like it just even how you get into like the developer area, like to see like kind of like the voiced over credits and stuff like that. You can do that like 1 minute into the game, but it's so fucking well hidden. Like
that's cool.
It blows your mind when you see shit like this, Nick.
That's cool.
So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying that game. I've put like 22 hours into it now, and I'm still going. I still have like another 120-ish puzzles to do, and I can't find most of them yet. So I'm just kind of like wandering around listening to podcasts and stuff, and it's just really, really fucking awesome.
Yeah, I saw Alex playing it yesterday, and he was over and he was playing on his laptop. It looked really, really neat. The art style seemed almost Valve-like.
Okay, I can see what you mean, yeah.
Like a TF2 sort of like the...
Very vibrant colors.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, almost like it's been painted sort of thing. It's not a hyper-realism thing. It's more of like an atmospheric sort of tool.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to talk to him at some point, because it's like there's these first 520-something puzzles, right? But like, I don't know if he'll have figured out the second 120 sat yet, because like they're there throughout the entire game, but you just don't find it's just the way you look at things. It's so fucking cool, dude. Like, it honestly, it's fucking brilliant. The fact that you can play 15 hours into a game and not realize that there's things in front of you that you just haven't been looking at. It's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I'm still playing a ton of that. I'm trying not to use any like guides or anything, but like occasionally you want to like just check the subreddit, see if because there's all these theories about like the end game stuff. So I'm kind of checking those, and sometimes I'll see like a spoiler or something that'll kind of give me a hint on what to do. But for the most part, I haven't really used anything, so I'm kind of just chugging along.
Cool.
As for League, I played an absolutely crazy amount of League in the past week, despite the fact that my first 3 days I played like none. Let's put it this way. So last week I was Gold 1, right? Mm-hmm. Got into Series, failed my Series 1 and 3. Okay, got back into Series again, failed my Series 1 and 3. Got into Series again, failed my Series 2 and 3. Got into Series again, failed my Series 2 and 3. Got into Series again, and won my Series 3 and 2 in this past week.
Jesus.
I failed 4 series and then won 1 series, so I'm in Platinum now.
That's a lot of League of Legends, Aiden.
Yeah, but I did it. I did it.
No, you did. Yeah, you certainly did.
And okay, like we sometimes like people complain about Smurfs, and I've never really had like any problems with Smurf accounts and stuff. One of those series I failed, the 2 and 3 one, I lost to the most fucking. This guy was the smurfiest Smurf that's ever smurfed, dude. Like. You don't even know. Well, first of all, their team got Mundo, which is questionable for whoever the 3 idiots who were banning. But anyways, other than that, so I'm playing against this Wukong top Nick, right? And, well, let's put it this way. He's a Challenger Smurf, and his Challenger account has 200 LP, okay?
Okay.
And he's playing on this Plat account. You know what his win rate was over 126 games at the time?
I'm going to say 80%.
90% over 126 games. That's... It's like, how is that fair? Yeah. So we lost that game, and then I lost my series, and I was like, well, that was the thing.
That's pretty dumb.
Yeah, and I the more and more I play solo queue, like I really enjoy the game right now, other than death timers. Which whenever I lose a game because of death timers, I just want to like break my computer because it's 32 minutes into the game and 2 people on your team got caught. Oh, they're going to take your inhibitor tower, your inhibitor double nexus turrets, and win the game before they respawn. And it's 30 minutes in, and only 2 people died, and they can win the game by taking 3 towers and an inhibitor. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we have shorter game times.
I just think it's insane. It's like, oh, no.
It is a little frustrating.
But
it seems
like
to be.
You make one mistake, and then you lose the game, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, but I mean, I'm my win rate's going up at least, so I'm kind of understanding how to play now. I completely understand pick and ban right now, and I feel like I can play more champions competently than I ever could have in solo queue. Like, it's really cool though, pick and ban. It's pretty cool. Like, you need Graves banned, Tom Kench has to be banned, Mundo has to be banned, Sirach has to be banned, and then Udyr's sometimes banned. You know what I mean? Like, those are pretty well the OPs. And
Lulu?
No, Lulu's, but she should be banned, I think. Udyr, yes, banned. But anyways, so it's pretty well, like, if Tom Kench Mundo are open, then I pick one of those. If not, I play, like, Lulu, Lissandra, Fiora, like, Darius. There's, like, 8 champions I can now play top. I've been pretty well only playing top, because the way that me and my duo partner do it is he queues mid and jungle, and then I queue top and mid, so therefore he either gets mid or jungle, and I get top every single game, because his priority is mid. Yeah, so I'm just focusing on one role, and I'm doing fairly well. So I'm happy. Tom Kench is OP. So
I'm really happy that Lissandra is being played a whole lot.
I love her as a champion.
She's a cool champion.
Well, like, as Nick was mentioning before, like, AD mids are so fucking good right now. Like, Ezreal, Zed, Talon, you know what I mean? Just as an example, are all really fucking top tier. And if you can play an AP single target top with a Zed or something like that, or a Talon, that's crazy good for your team. Like, it's just really, really good.
No, it sure is. Yeah.
I think that's pretty well it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention like 2 weeks ago that I played a listener in a ranked game. We beat him really hard. He's like, at the beginning of the game, I'm like, I had him on my friends list. He had me at some point, and then he's like, "Yo, Frost." I'm like, "Hey, prepare to lose." And then we beat him, and it was fun.
Is that Derek who challenged you guys on the show like a few weeks ago?
Shout out to Lil Wayne on League of Legends.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah, he's our listener, dude.
Email from him before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a cool dude.
Beat his ass,
if I recall from the email, it was pretty nice.
Yeah,
he smashed me in lane.
He's put a few up.
That was fun though. Yeah, so that was pretty my week though. A lot of shit going down.
Thank you. For myself, let's see. This past week, what did I do? I did a lot of things in the video game sphere, but I did little League of Legends. I played this week is more of a casual sort of League of Legends week for me. Played it with a lot of people doing normals, and then did a few ranked games here and there. I'm still just working on. Last week, I listed and enumerated at the end of the show a number of things I've been trying to work on, and I'm really trying to focus on farm. It's my big thing right now, because I feel like that'll give way to a lot of other stuff. And as soon as I get farm underneath my belt, like mastered to a comfortable degree, I can start working on minimap stuff. So I've been playing a lot of ADC. I've also been queuing up for mid, because I can play a number of AD carry like champions there, like Ezreal or Jhin. So I've been trying to go there as well. But yeah, not too many games. I want to say probably like 5 or 6, maybe 5 or 6 in this past week. I mean, an amount, but nothing like these past few weeks, which have just been 14, 15, 16 or whatever. But yeah, that was pretty much League for me. I played AD carry, yada yada. Lots of Caitlyn. Caitlyn's fun. I'm starting to get it. It took me forever, and I kept playing her, going, this champion's great. I can last hit with her pretty okay, but for some reason, I don't know how to do lane presence with Caitlyn, and I finally figured it out. You just got to be really smart with poking people, and then everybody else just kind of freaks out, and they're like, I don't know where this damage is coming from. This isn't fair. I need to leave, and then they just quit the game. That's Caitlyn for you. But other than that, been playing some Destiny. They came up with this really great Valentine's Day update called Crimson Doubles. Aiden, I'm not sure if you had your hands in there or not. No, he's shaking his head no. Well, we should check it out. Maybe you and I could play some doubles together. It's a
Team
good
dubs?
time.
Team dubs like Halo Team Dubs?
It is.
We're gonna get our 15 dubs?
It's just like that. It's crazy. It's really, really fun. I bought Fallout 4.
I'm sorry.
And you're sorry?
Yeah,
so am I. Right now, my honest opinion is I feel like I wasted $60. But I'm not ready to throw in the towel and say that it's bad yet. I'm not quite there. Where I'm at is I've put, a few hours into it, and it's just not doing it for me. But I did give Inquisition about 4 hours before I started loving it, and that game was phenomenal and gave me a great amount of return on my investment of time. So I will give this game the same treatment I gave Inquisition. 4 or 5 hours.
I was gonna say that I probably played like 3 hours of Fallout 4 so far, but I didn't really enjoy it very much. But then again, I'm personally waiting for the mod workshop or the dev kit to be available.
Oh sure, yeah.
For Steam, but as I see that you have it on Xbox One, I'm pretty sure Fallout 4 is the first game that Microsoft is doing like a mod workshop for Xbox.
Yeah.
So I mean, hopefully some good mods come to that, because that's the best. I find that's the best part about games like Skyrim or Fallout. You know what I mean? Being able to kind of customize it a bit, do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I was having a conversation with somebody else about modding and stuff about Skyrim, about how mods have kept Skyrim kind of topical and recent. Over the course of that game's lifespan, along with their DLC, which is actually arguably minimal, nobody really cares about the DLC. They care about these really cool mods like Thomas the Tank Engine instead of dragons, that shit's awesome. But I'm not really one for extensive modding. I mean, I really like texture updates, like that's really cool and stuff like that, but I don't really care for like overhauling systems and stuff like that. Like that just seems almost gimmicky to me. Like I appreciate it, I like it, but if I can't enjoy Fallout 4 without mods, it's unlikely I'm going to invest a lot of time trying to learn how to enjoy it with mods, if that makes sense.
Personally, a game like an open world game like that, like as soon as a mod comes out, I'm gonna get something that just gives me infinite ammo. Like I don't want to just that's part of the game that I enjoy, like scavenging for ammo and stuff like that, resources. Yeah. So personally, I would alter my experience by making it so that I can go through the game without worrying about that. You know what I mean? Like that would be a more positive experience for me.
Sure, I'm with you on that one too. That's fair enough. But as soon as I do that, I wouldn't feel satisfied if I got any like level of achievement in that game though. Like I wouldn't feel like I earned it.
I'm just saying, like I won't play through the game without something like that almost. Like
yeah. So that's fair.
Yeah. everyone experiences the game differently, I guess. And that's why I like mods. They're kind of interesting.
But yeah, I'm still trying to. So I'll put a few more hours into it before this show and the next show, and I'll let you guys know if it bites me like Inquisition did. But other than that, another little game has come back into my life after a very long time. When I bought Xbox One, does Aiden know what I'm about to say? He might.
I thought you were going to say either Rocket League or WoW, but neither of those are on Xbox One. Or
no.
Rocket League is now, but yeah.
But I did resubscribe to World of Warcraft against my better judgment. But when I bought my Xbox One, I bought a bundle, right? All these great little bundles. And this one came with Gears of War Ultimate Edition, right? But it's also bundled in the same CD with Rare Replay. And you know what's on Rare Replay, boys and girls at home listening? Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah. Oh, you're so right, Aiden. Oh my god, I love you. That game is so good. It is so good. I've been playing a bunch of Banjo-Kazooie. And I think about it. And I'll be somewhere else, and I'll be like, I really want to go play Banjo-Kazooie right now. Like, I really want to. And I don't know why it's got me like it has, but Banjo-Kazooie is a better game than Fallout 4 right now. If you ask me about my state of mind, that's how I am. That's where I'm at.
The world building in that game is beautiful, though. Like, every single, like, different level feels so fucking different. It's great.
Yeah,
that
it's
game
really
is
neat.
Fucking a masterpiece.
It really is. But now that I'm looking at it, kind of as like a jaded adult, having played a lot of games, I can see a lot of stuff now that I didn't as a child, but like it's still a wonderland. Mm-hmm. It's still just like it's a carnival of a game. It's a ride. It's great. Plus the platforming is difficult in a lot of places. Like it's neat, mostly because the camera controls are garbage.
Yeah,
as it was with every N64 era open world platformer game. Mario 64 was better in a lot of cases with camera control, but whatever. Anyway, those games are great. I've gone on a tangent about everything except League of Legends. So let's bring it back in, I suppose. And let's hop into the Rising news. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is patch 6.3. We're going to give this the same treatment we gave the last patch, wherein we're going to go piece by piece, but only highlight the important bits. So, patch 6.3. If you want to go read the foreword and stuff, the beginning part, we're not going to do that for you. Go ahead and read it yourself. It's posted. But we're going to give you a short little summary of the important parts. So, Akali, changes done to her. Q returns more energy. R's speed is increased. This is a buff for her. Did she need?
She wasn't bad. She wasn't good. So, I mean, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, she's still not good, but yeah. I guess it's anything. I'm fine.
This doesn't like change her in that drastic way. Like the dash speed from 1600 to 2000. I'm not sure why that.
It makes it harder to flash, I guess. But
yeah, I suppose
it's just I don't know, just little tweaks. I mean, no problem with it. Trying to give her a little more power is fine, I think.
Alistar, his E cost and cooldown is up. His QW combo or the Boop Slam combo is finally consistent. The notes are Alistar now can buffer his Q, pulverize, and will automatically cast it upon reaching his target. That's really nice. That's a nice quality of life for people that do that on purpose, which just about every...
Can we discuss that?
Sure.
Nick, what do you think about it? Because the comments on Reddit are, thanks, Riot. Thank you for removing the skill from this game. Fuck you. Pretty well, that's the entire...
That's ridiculous. It's not a skillful thing. I think it's, strictly ping. Honestly. If you have low ping, then you can do the combo. If you don't, then you can't.
And the thing is, it's been the most fucking buggy ability in the entire game. You'll watch pro games, and, someone like Yellow Star will mess it up just because it doesn't work sometimes. Sometimes they'll get knocked, ahead, and then they get knocked up after, or they'll get knocked ahead, then they'll get stunned, because it's super buggy. So, I mean, this completely makes it a consistent ability.
Yeah, one of the sentences in the long, explanation explaining why they did it was now your decisions should be around, do I want to use the combo instead of can I do the combo? And that's what it should be about. If you don't want to play against Alistar doing the combo, or you think it's unskillful, then just ban him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would agree.
I am glad that they're nerfing his heal.
Yeah, that was pretty good with wind speakers.
Yeah.
But now we see wind speakers being less relevant because, right? I mean, wasn't he like one of the main champions? People would justify using that guy. Well,
you pretty much take it on anyone that isn't Lulu and gonna be a support.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was just so good on him. Like, you could AoE heal your team and then give them a bunch of MR and armor. Like, that's just crazy. So, I mean, if it costs more, you can't do that as much, so it's a good change.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's Alistar. Moving on to Corki. Q damage is down and the R recharge time is up, meaning that your base damage on your Phosphorus Bomb is lower just a little bit. Looks like at rank 5 it's down 30 points, and at rank 1 it's down 10 points. And then your missile recharge rate goes from 12, 10 to 8 seconds to 12, 11, and 10. So at rank 1 it's the same recharge rate it's always been. It's just at that final rank you'll be feeling a little bit of a diminished amount of rockets, but probably negligible. It's just kind of a way from them to shave off and level out his power spike as he's, able to go between fights so quickly, which is crazy. His payout is nuts consistently.
I was going to say, I think it's a good change because the fact that one of the best AP mid laners in the game is an AD carry is kind of sad, I guess, because he does all magic damage now, just the way they changed him.
Mm-hmm.
Other than his auto attacks, he's completely magic damage. He's the best mid magic damage carry in the game. So I mean,
it's because he once his abilities are on cooldown, he just auto attacks.
Or even the fact that he's someone who does magic damage that uses AD items, Nick. So and obviously attack damage items right now are way more cost effective than magic damage items.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough. Echo Q cooldown lowered at early levels. The Q cooldown on Time Winder is gone from 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 to 9, 8.5, 8, 7.5, and 7. So at maximum level, it's going to be the same level of cooldown, but at level 1, it's going to be 2 seconds shorter. And to summarize what they say, the reasoning is that they want to give him a little bit more poke potential, wave clear early on as a mid laner. Fair enough. I mean, that's where they want him to be, then that's fine.
Yep.
Gragas. Q's Snapcast slows for the full duration. W channels faster and deals AoE damage. Barrel roll. The slow duration is now just 2 seconds over the course of the entire time. It doesn't, slow. It doesn't do that weird scaling thing. And then Drunken Rage, the channel time has gone from 1 second to 2.75. And then the new change is Drunken Rage is on hit now deals damage in a 250 unit radius around the primary target instead of just the one target. So that's kind of an interesting change.
I don't know if I'm ready for Gragas to be back yet.
I love him as a champion.
We're still healing.
I hate playing him as someone who mainly plays squishy carries who gets caught out often.
But he's so he just feels so good to play though. That's what I love about him. He
does, but fuck playing against him.
Fair enough. I mean, they're pretty much okay. So would that stack with Iceborne Gauntlet?
The one that you hit, yeah, not all of them. Just
yeah.
Oh, you mean it's still
the AoE stuff. Would it stack and then with other AoE things too?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, you're still hitting one target, and that's the one that's going to proc off of for your AoE stuff.
Yeah, so it's procking the AoE stuff from your item and your ability too.
Yeah,
okay. That's pretty cool. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what sort of builds we get from him now. Let's see if anybody takes advantage of that sort of stuff.
Probably still generic Bruiser.
I mean, yeah, one can dream, one can look for creativity and maybe not see it.
No, I still really like him.
Cinder Hulk into Dead Man's Blade.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like the Q change though. I mean, the way fermenting the barrels was kind of a weird mechanic because it's just so unreliable. It's just
I think it's fine for damage, but the slow should be pretty.
I don't even think does the damage ferment. I don't think it does it?
Yeah, it goes up to I think 150%.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that. That's good. Yeah,
I believe.
Cool. Graves is the next big one. Q damage down and now has a brief delay upon colliding with terrain. QR no longer cancel his recoil animation. So his passive is also being changed a little bit. New Destiny, that's the one that if you hit a minion, a jungle monster or whatever with more than one bullet, it'll push them back, which made Jungle Graves great, right? They're not taking away Jungle Graves, but what they are doing is that it no longer the basic attacks no longer stun the Rift Scuttler. So you can't just, fuck Scuttle into a corner. and take advantage of him that way.
Or even the fact that when you stun Scuttle, it lowers his armor and magic resist to like 10. So I mean, that's the main thing. Like,
burst him down super fast.
Now Graves doesn't have a stun for Scuttle, therefore Scuttle has 50 MR and magic resist. I mean, armor and magic resist, right? So it makes it much harder to take Scuttle.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, he should have a difficult time for him because Scuttle is supposed to be kind of difficult for you to catch, especially if you're a ranged champion like that. You know.
Well, yeah. You have to use CC on it for it to be easy. So.
Yeah. Take your time. This is in addition to the stuff for the passive. Graves can no longer interrupt the 0.25 second recoil after his basic attacks with Q, end of the line, or R collateral damage. What exactly is that saying?
It means when you shoot your Q against a wall right now, it auto explodes, kind of like in the cinematic. Chris, remember when he smashes the thing against the wall and it explodes? So before you Q against a wall and it insta explodes. So therefore, in fights in the jungle, if you fight a Graves in the jungle, he's going to end your life because he gets his Q off instantly and his Q does so much damage. Now there's a slight little delay on his Q when you hit it against a wall. So therefore, there's some counterplay.
I mean, that's the note for the Q, but the first one, it seems like it's talking about something else. Wait. No longer interrupt the 0.25 second recoil after his basic attacks with Q?
So after Graves' auto attacks, there's a 0.25 second recoil, and you could animation cancel that by casting your Q or your R.
Okay, and so now you can't interrupt that anymore?
Nope.
Okay, so why are they fixing this, but they haven't fixed Ribbon?
Because Ribbons is a feature.
That's boring. That's dumb. I'm not okay with that. Anyway.
Versus bug.
The base damage on the second hit has been reduced for Q, and then the animation stuff, like Aiden was talking about, there's going to be a brief delay when it hits the wall before it bounces back. So you won't just be up against the wall and you just be like boop pop pop pop, and you're just gone forever. Quick Draw, his little dashy dash fixed a bug where casting Quick Draw would interrupt Graves' reload animation. Furthermore, reload stuff. Graves will remember his last attack / movement command after using Quick Draw.
That's really cool. That's a really nice change.
That is nice. That's very, very nice. Alawi, delay on missing E removed. E mana cost down. Vessels can now get assists from allies. That's pretty dope. Delay upon missing is down from 0.25 on Test of Spirit to 0 seconds. The cost is down. It's great, but not level 1, just only at max rank, basically, when you're going to see a difference of 20 mana. Test of Teamwork tentacles that die within 5 seconds of a vessel attacking them count toward removing the vessel debuff. Aww. Worthy Souls fixed a bug where Fiora could repost the application of the vessel debuff as it flew towards her. That blows for Fiora now. That's great. Thank God. Anything that gets Alawi played more, I'm happy with that. Do you guys have anything to say about those changes? They're pretty minimal.
I think she's strong right now, to be honest. Like, as much as I shit-talked her on the show about being a fucking terrible champion, and I was in a ranked game, and I was talking to my duo queue partner, I'm like, this champion's shit. And I hate her, and I think she's bad, because you don't control her stuff very much. It's more like, you hope that the enemy doesn't dodge your giant tentacles. But she does a lot of damage when she hits them. Like, there's a point in the game, like, she's like, shit. Holy fuck, she can 2v1 anyone. It's kind of going downhill. It's going downhill. Then she kind of falls off again. So, I mean, there's a point in the game where she's, like, one of the scariest champions in the game, though.
It's around, like, 12 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, she gets, like, an item and a half or something. And if she has her ult up, like, you can't fight her. Unless you can dodge everything perfectly. Yeah,
she's really good. She's really good at holding her own again. 1v2 during that time. And then you're right, she does fall off. But she still comes back. She's relevant in team fights. She's super effective.
I just find she's not as good as, like, another bruiser late game. Like,
yeah, I would agree. But I wouldn't say that she's weak. I mean, she still has things. She's just not as good as other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Kog'Maw. Q's attack speed buff shifted to W. And W now has a minimum range. That's awesome. That's great. His Q. The Rapid Spittle no longer passively grants his attack speed. W. Bioarcane Barrage is the one that fucks you up and gives you nightmares. Spitstorm now passively grants Kog'Maw 15, 20, 25, 30, or 35% bonus attack speed. That makes more sense, especially with that ability in its kit. Minimum damage now deals at least 15 bonus damage, magic damage at all ranks. Okay.
Q is now fucking awful. Like, don't even put a point in your Q.
Doesn't it also give you the armor and magic resist
It's
right?
like a 20
Yeah,
armored
like
magic
barely.
thing. Like you put 1 point into it at 1 point, but like you don't need anything else until late game.
You just open with it, and then that's about it.
Did I tell you? I meant to mention I played with Kog'Maw, who, in my opinion, I'm pretty sure he was scripting. He was on my team and he played Kog'Maw jungle.
Okay.
So that's kind of odd in itself, right? And then he got up to like 4.2 attack speed, and he was kiting perfectly with 4.2 attack speed. It's just kind of, you know, a little bit suspicious. But I mean, we lost the game.
Or plat? Yeah.
Yeah, we were like gold. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's a little bit suspicious, but we lost that game anyways because like every fight, like their Lee Sin would just like flash ult him. So I mean, you can't really do that to a flash ult, you know. So, but I'm like, you probably can't do that. Well, there's no way someone can micro that at gold.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
5 autos.
That'd be really crazy. Okay. That'd be nuts. Jax. Passive gives less attack speed per stack, but requires more stacks to reach the cap. Maximum stacks has changed from 6 to 8. His attack speed per stack has been changed from 4 to 14% to 3.5 to 11% from levels 1 through 18. Attack speed at max stacks used to be maximum of 24 to 84%, and now is 28 to 88%. So a little bit more attack speed if you are, you know, wailing on some dude for a longer period of time. So less damage up front, but more damage in the long run if you're dueling this guy, which you probably are, because that's how Jax works. Poppy, Q damage down, but ratio and minion damage increased. E cooldown increased. Hammer Shock, base damage per hit, it is down just a little bit. Ratio is up, though. No longer deals reduced damage to minions. Good, she'll have some wave clear. She needs that. Heroic Charge, cooldown is up. From 12, 11, 10, 9, 8 to 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. So 2 seconds at every single rank. That's good, because that means she won't be charging people twice in one fight, because that was kind of garbage. Keeper's Verdict, that's her R. Snapcast knockup duration has gone from 1.5 seconds to 1.
Good. That was literally the best way to use that ult every single time, pretty well.
Just right away,
Yeah. So I mean, that's a good change. I like that.
I agree. Rengar, E cast time lowered. E now stands behind Rengar if cast mid leap. Starts behind Rengar. No longer lands just short of the target when he's jumping places to people. His Bola Strike, cast time from 0.25 to 0.125, so now it's technically twice as fast on the cast. Hunting Prep Bola Strike now begins slightly behind Rengar when cast while leaping, and fixed a bug where Bola Strike wouldn't fire if Rengar was disabled during the cast time. I didn't realize that this was a problem with him.
Did you see the bug, the hunting prep bug right there? The one that says no, sorry, wrong one. They mentioned it in like the thing, the general changes where it says no longer lands just short of the target. Do you see that bug this patch?
I've never seen that.
If someone's like really, really tight up to a wall and you're in a bush and you try to jump to them, or you ult and you try to jump to them, you land behind the wall because it doesn't put you where they were. Like it would make you run, like slam your face into the wall instead of jumping to them. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was just a bug this patch. I saw a lot of videos of it. I'm glad they're
just
fixing
a lot of
it.
like probably pathing stuff.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Rise, passive capped at 5 spellcasts. Ult cooldown lowered. His passive, Arcane Mastery, now lasts for 5 spellcasts, or 2.5 to 5 seconds based on the rank of Q. And his ultimate, Desperate Power, has gotten a significant buff in terms of cooldown reduction. At rank 1, it used to be 80 seconds, and now it's going to be 50. And at max rank, it's 30, used to be 40. So let's see if we can't get Rise into the current meta.
Well, I think it's more of a nerf than a buff overall, though. Like, that passive is a huge nerf, in my opinion.
Yeah, but if you're using Desperate Power as often as you are...
Yeah, but I just mean, like, you use Desperate Power when you proc Arcane Mastery, of course. Because, like, you get the crazy cast time and stuff. Now it's limited to 5 spells. So, I mean,
I don't know. Do you think the average person using Rise gets off more than 5 spells?
You probably get off, like, 12 spells.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, it's crazy. Like, just because, like, everything's lower on such a crazy cooldown. But then again, like, now that it's on a 30-second cooldown, if you have, like, 45% CDR on him, it's going to be on, like, what, like 18 seconds for your ult?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, means you can have, like, 1v1s. Like, you won't be able to, like, wreck shop, like, 1v4 anymore. But, like, you can do 1v1s way more often, like, every 18 seconds with, like, this crazy ult. So,
I feel like his passive should just have a cooldown. I mean, so that way there's, specific. Hey, he just used his 5th spell. He entered the thing. Is now out of it. Now I can just go in again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think this is a fine way of dealing with it, though.
What they're saying, like the actual quote of the thing is, the long-term goal of finding a sustainable balance state for Rise long-term, we're starting off by giving him a clearly defined and achievable best case for Arcane Mastery.
Yeah.
I mean, it does. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah,
I just don't see a lot of Rise, so maybe, hopefully we will.
He's a good pick in the LCS sometimes, so that's about it.
Yeah.
He's kind of just like Grim Patron. Like, you're not playing the game. He's playing the game where you lose until you just win by yourself.
Yeah.
And it's not fun.
Okay, well, maybe this will clip his wings a little bit.
I hope so.
Xin Zhao, W scales with attack damage and crits on every third attack. E cooldown has been flattened. So his W is his battle cry. Now additionally scales with 0.2 bonus attack damage. And now passively causes every third attack to critically strike for 25 up to 75% bonus crit damage for that attack. That's pretty cool.
Did you see how fucked it was on the PvE? Like,
no,
I don't even know where they came up with the numbers. Like it's just unbelievable. You see what it is right now. Like, you see that it's 0.2 on, like, the ratio is 0.2, and it scales up to 75% bonus crit. Before, the ratio was 0.5, and it scaled up to 200% crit.
Oh my god!
It's like, who came up with those numbers?
Yeah,
it's just, I guess that's what PvE is for. But I'm like, oh my god, those aren't even close to what came out.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And his charge, Audacious Charge, has been, the cooldown's been changed. It used to scale from 14 down to 10 seconds at max rank, and now it's going to be 12 at all ranks. So he'll be charging more early in the game and less in the late game. And now we're into the last two guys. Zed, our damage has been lowered. Sorry, Nick Cooper. Damage amplification, 25, 35, 45% of damage taken instead of what it was before, 30, 40, 50. So it's a little bit of a nerf. It's not that big of a deal. Quality of death now more accurately represents when a target will take fatal damage from death mark's detonation. That's the little shuriken that floats over your head that marks. It's like, hey, you better heal, or you better drink a potion, or start screaming for your support because you're going to die in a second. Is this actually going to change anything with Zed, do you think, Nick?
Probably not. It's just frustrating that a champion with, like, to me, clear and obvious counterplay is like, oh, he's too strong, gotta nerf him.
I think it's a compensation for the new item.
Yeah.
I think it's like, we should probably tone it back a little bit because the new item plus his current ult might be a little bit too strong. So, I mean, I think it's alright, but it kind of also makes you pretty well have to build the item at some point in the game, I think.
Yeah, it's just frustrating that of all the people who are gonna build it, Zed is the only champion on this, like, nerf list, you know?
I'm sure they'll get changed soon, though.
Like, I've seen Talon. I've played, I think, 3 ranked games since the patch, and in all 3 games I've played against the Talon.
Talon, I think, uses it the best, like, just based off of, like, assassins, at least.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, I don't even think Zed uses it the best, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not Riot's balancing team, so.
You could be.
Yeah.
You want to pretend just for a day, buddy?
Yeah, I could.
No, that's
gone.
Well, maybe.
Random number.
I retire.
And then lastly, Ziggs. Our sweet spot damage has been increased, so that's for his Mega Inferno Bomb. Base damage has been increased to 300, 450, and 600 from 250, 375, 500. So a pretty substantial buff across the board. The ratio has also been upped from 0.9 to 1.1 of his ability power. But his outer radius damage fall off has been increased from 25% less damage to 33% less damage. And the warning indicator updated to clearly show the sweet spot radius that has, so that you're actually aware of, you're like, oh, what's the better of these two evils? Should I move a little bit to the left and not, get hit like with too much damage, or try to flash and end up, killing myself anyway,
I think it's a good change. I think it pretty well says use this in team fights, like, because if you try to use it on someone by themselves, they're never going to get hit by the sweet spot. But if you use it in, like, a cluttered team fight, you're probably going to hit one person with the middle, and it does 1,000,000 damage now. So that's good. I think it's good. Yeah,
I'm a fan. Easily going to be doing, like, over 2k damage
if you hit it. I don't think it's going to hit very often though. So,
but I mean, in a team fight where everyone's kind of grouped, like, maybe
it's going to pull, like, 3 flashes though if you throw it in the right spot, which I think is the big thing.
Well, the 3 flashes down. and then you win the team fight.
No, that's what I mean. Like, that's why I think it's good. Like, it's a threat. It's just, yeah.
Okay, and then we're done with champions. So ability icon updates have been made for Gragas, Lux, and Shaco. Great, they needed them. It's been a while. That stuff still looks like it was made in MS Paint. All right, item. I'm going to read this entire thing for the new item just so that we know, because we talked about this before when it was on PBE, but this is the finalized stuff, okay? So I'm going to read the whole thing and then we'll talk about it. New item for Assassins, basic attacks have a mini death mark on your target, okay? So this is what they have to say about this item. It's well known that many AD assassins who relied on attack damage items took a hit with a transition to 2016, especially with the changes to Last Whisper. These days, the core item build that feels good often only goes to build Ghostblade and Maw and hope that's enough to finish them off. Balancing around core items is something we do for every class, but assassins have been left in the dust, forced to scrape by on whatever the best damage items happen to be, making our balancing points for them somewhat very inconsistent. Duskblade means we can give these folks, or those folks, a core item that not only helps multiply damage in a full build, but also offers a clear expression of power for those with a gold lead. Marksmen have Infinity Edge, Mages have Deathcap, and now Assassins have Duskblade. Duskblade's passive Nightfall provides a different angle for Assassins to contribute meaningfully in a team fight. Missing health damage is unique in that it can be considered a damage amplification for your team, capitalizing on all the work your allies have done so far, allowing assassins to feel more capable on cleanup duty and less pressure to throw their lives away in pursuit of bopping a marksman. That's fair. So the build path is Serrated Dirk, BF Sword, and 850 gold, total cost 3250. It has 75 attack damage, gives you 5% bonus movement speed, and has 10 armor penetration. Its unique passive is basic attacks on an enemy champion applying Nightfall. We talked about this a little bit before. 120 second cooldown. So Nightfall, what it does. After 2 seconds, Nightfall deals physical damage equal to 90 plus 25% of the target's missing health. If you get a kill or assist on the target before Nightfall detonates, that means if it runs out, the cooldown is refunded. So what do we think?
I think it's really strong.
Yeah, it's a really good item. I think it's pretty well, you have to build it on Talon Z at least.
Yeah.
It's core.
I feel like it would be a much stronger item if it were a unique active, where like your next basic attack on an enemy champion applies Nightfall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd make it easier to use at least. I think personally.
But then again, if that were the case, I feel like it would be core on every single AD champion in the game.
Yeah, that's true. You know who I think it could be? I think it's really good on, but no one's really built it because it costs so much gold. Fucking AD Lee Sin.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, dude.
Q alt Q auto.
Oh.
Holy shit. That's insane.
I think
to
it'd
me.
be good on Riven too.
Yeah. I just think that not enough. Like, I think I don't know how you're supposed to get 3,200 gold for Lee Sin and then spend it on a damage item, but if you can, I feel like it'd be really, really good on him.
Just win lane super hard already.
I mean, in the same place that Lee Sins are already building not an Infinity Edge.
Ravenous Hydra.
Ravenous Hydra, yeah.
How much is Ravenous Hydra is like a little bit less expensive, I think, right?
Yeah, but it's still a big
actually?
ticket item. Yeah, it's like right there.
I think this would be
Combined
better than
cost
Ravenous
is
Hydra.
insane. I think so too.
Movement speed, armor pen, attack damage, a crazy passive. Sounds really good for Lee Sin.
Yeah, if you're building jungle
damage,
AD Lee Sin, that's the way to go, right?
Yeah, I
This
might
is
try
pretty
it in
cool.
a game or two.
Yeah, do it. But yeah, I mean, I still have the same opinion as I did when we talked about this last time about it, that it's just a really smart item, that it fits the niche they're trying to fill effectively. I don't feel like it steps on any other item's toes. Like, it still just feels unique. It's not replacing anything else.
There was a comment thread on Reddit about it, and everyone was like, "It's meh," and I'm like, "That's where it should be. It should not feel like, holy fuck, this item's overpowered." Because if it is, then other people who are not supposed to build it are going to build it.
Right.
Yeah,
now,
the damage should be... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, right now, it seems like it's probably in a good spot, because if you're not thinking it's overpowered and people are still building it, and it seems like it weaves with their kit really well, then, I mean, I think it has its place.
Yeah, the damage should be noticeable, but not so much that it's like, well, he got that item, so now I can't fight ever.
Yeah, I agree.
Fair enough. Okay. Cool. So it's a cool new item, and we're gonna be playing with it this week, and we'll talk about it again next week, I'm sure, a little bit. So, Seeker's Arm Guard. The armor's up on that item. Build path includes an extra cloth armor. but the combined cost is down a little bit to make room for that. So the cost is still the same, but the armor is up 30. So that means that the combined cost is down, so you can probably build up to it a little bit more, but,
it's a better
armor.
Starting item now, like a better first item, meaning that instead of waiting on 400 gold, you have to wait on 100 gold. So therefore, you can build double cloth instead of building one cloth, which is better for lane.
Right.
So, it's good.
Warden's Mail, cost down from 1100 to 1000. Deadman's Plate, cost increased and the slow has been decreased. So, total cost is up from 2800 to 2900. Ooh, whoop-de-doo. Crushing Blow slow from 75% down to 50%. Yeah.
I think that's fine. I don't think that's the reason why the item's good. So, I mean, if they want to bring down a different part of the item, I think the reason the item's good is the movement speed on it. The building movement speed.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so if they remove something, if they like kind of lower another part of the item to make, because they obviously want to keep the movement speed, is what I'm getting from this. So, I mean, if they reduce something else and make it a little more expensive in order to keep the best part about the item, then sure, do whatever you got to do.
That being said, I do think it's like now it's the worst of the three like big armor items.
I don't think so.
After I mean, there are more changes to.
Yeah, I know there are
too, but I don't know.
I mean, I feel like it's probably just going to be the same. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. I mean, I didn't buy it for the Crushing Blow slow to begin with. It was just like an added bonus. I think that's what Aiden's
I think it's better than Randuin's. I think Sunfire is better than it for most champions. The only way I find Sunfire, I mean, it better than Sunfire is if the champion already has AoE clear. But we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah. Sunfire Cape is the next item. Passive aura deals more damage to non-champions. Now deals 50% bonus damage to minions and monsters. Oh shit!
Split pushing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. And they made note of saying, "Yo, buy it on Shen." Randuin's Omen, cost down, health increase. Total cost from 3,000 down to 2,900, making it on par with Deadman's Plate for pricing. The health has been increased from 450 to 500 because our tanks didn't already have enough health as it is. So. Nothing really notable.
Nope.
Okay, so I don't even know how to say this name, but the Kirchay's Shard?
That's a good try.
It's good enough.
I've never heard it pronounced either.
I've never heard it pronounced. It's the thing that you build out of the dagger that gives the increased range bonus thing. Damage increase on it. So energized damage from 30 to 40. Cool. Great. That means people will buy that first before Zeal now? Maybe not. Probably not. Rapid fire cannon, boys. Movement speed and damage down. Aw, fuck. Movement speed 7% down to 5%. Energized damage, scaling from 50 to 200. Now scales from 50 to 160. Whatever. I mean, that's not that big of a deal, I guess. The movement speed is kind of a kick in the dick. That sucks.
I think it combined with the static shiv changes makes static shiv just as good of it, if not better now. So I mean,
yeah, it says static shiv damage up, damage from 30 to 100 on proc. Now 50 to 120. Okay, I mean the discussion goes on between those two items now.
Rapid fire has always been the better item, so I mean they're trying to bring them in line, but I don't like them nerfing rapid fire cannon. I'd rather them just buff static shiv more. You know what I mean? Yeah,
me too. At this point in time, Phantom Dancer.
Yeah, they're buffing super hard.
Yeah, dude, fucking really hard.
Phantom Dancer, cost has been down. Combined cost has been lowered from 900 to 650. Total cost has been lowered from 2,800 to 2,550. Now tracks how many times Spectral Waltz's damage reduction saves your life in a fight in the tooltip. That's pretty chill if you want to see if your investment was worth it or not. Boost of Swiftness. I must have heard our show last week because the cost has been increased from 800 to 900. Ionian Boots of Lucidity cost up 800 to 900. Boots Mobility cost up. Oh, that sucks. 800 to 900. But out of combat movement speed has been increased from 105 to 115, boys. The dream is alive.
The best boots again. Like, Mobies are the best. I love Mobies so much.
Mobies are cool. They're really, really cool.
Dude, I was on the train all this week, though, the hype train of Swiftness boots. Built them every fucking game pretty well. Occasionally I build Lucidity, but they're good. Yeah. But now they're kind of they're sad. Cost.
They're depressed.
I mean, it's just like the reason you built them is because they're like 400 gold less than every other boot. Now they're 300 gold less than every other boot, or like, yeah. So I mean,
but you're getting a little bit more out of it, right?
I know. I'm just saying, like that is the reason why. Like, I Solo only Renekton put up a video on his YouTube channel. He's pretty well like, yeah, you build Swiftness boots and Lucidity boots because they cost 400 less than any other boot. You spend that 400 gold building real items.
Mm-hmm. Quote unquote.
It's pretty well lit, like that. So
that's fair. That's fair. All right, changes to Dragon. Second Dragon now gives a tower burn. Fourth Dragon now gives defense versus turrets, so just switching stuff around. There's a whole contextual written wall of text that they have here. I'm not going to read it. You should go ahead and take a look if that's something you're interested in. They just switched the two of them, basically.
Well, I mean, kind of. I mean, the fourth one used to be 15% damage to monsters and minions. Now it's you take 20% less damage from towers.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one is you burn towers instead of just doing extra damage. So they're kind of a little bit different, but it's more just to make Dragon a better... It's kind of important near the end of the game, rather than just having the first one and the last one be important. Like 2 and 4 are now important, kind of.
Fair enough. Or more important than they were before.
Yeah, exactly.
At the very least. Okay. Recall no longer interrupts certain charge abilities, such as Varus's Q, Vi's Q, and Xerath's Q.
You could charge them up and cancel them and then get your mana back, like with Recall.
Oh, that's pretty chill. That's cool. I didn't know that was a thing. New champ select. Shipping with 6.3. Free-to-play champions no longer available to play in ranked. This is a return to how things worked before the 2016 season kicked off. Great. Shipping during the 6.3 cycle. Pick intent is no longer revealed to the enemy team when it's your turn to pick. Great. Bans now appear in match history for games played in NCS queues. That's interesting. New champ select should feel more forgiving when locking in picks and bans with less than a second to spare. Okay.
People just right now, as soon as it hits 0, you're out of the queue, dude. You're out of there. Now it's like
you're done.
You can do the what I mean to pick, and then you can log in. You can do the
because you forgot because you were getting something out of the microwave or some shit.
Exactly.
I mean, the first 45 seconds weren't long enough, so.
Fair enough. Now that everyone's played a few games in the new champ select, shortened timers should move you into games a little more quickly while still leaving ample time for strategery. Pick intent has gone from 35 seconds to 20 seconds, bans from 40 to 30 seconds, picks 40 seconds to 30 seconds, resolution 40 seconds to 30 seconds, and max duration has been cut down from 7 to 15. It's kind of disgusting to see how long they actually had us sitting there now. To 5:30. That's more manageable, right?
Did you guys see the Froggenham stream
highlight?
He
stayed in queue for 4 hours.
4-hour queue.
4 hours?
Because he got into champ select, I think, like 8 times, but someone would always dodge, and the queue times are crazy because he's like high challenger.
That's too much. That's
He's in queue for long. 4 hours.
That's way too long.
Just so you know, 715 seconds is almost 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's if someone doesn't dodge at the very last second.
Right. I mean, well, that's also if people run their timers all the way through.
Oh, don't worry, everyone does.
Right. I mean, they do, but I'm just saying that's still an if, right? It could be shorter.
Yeah.
But now they're kind of just making it shorter. LCS regions see notifications for both NA and EU matches when they go live. Neato, Magneto. Bug fixes, go read them. There's a list of them. I'm not going to read them to you. Yes. Upcoming skins, Heartseeker Oriana looks dope, and Sweetheart Sona looks equally as dope.
Heartseeker Oriana looks so fucking good in game.
It looks really neat in the splash art, and that's what I'm judging the skin on.
It's the best Oriana skin. It's by far is.
It's the best skin. I really like the Sona one. The Sona one looks sweet. She looks really cool. Sona always has the greatest skins
except
and
for
concept art. Yep. Oh, fair enough.
It's pretty not great.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for the 6.3. We would recommend y'all go take a look on your own and parse out the information that you might look for yourself, because we skimmed over a vast majority of contextual stuff and some specific changes. But that's it for 6.3. So let's move on with the rest of the news, shall we?
Yeah. So I wanted to recap on our thoughts on Jhin and Shen, because last week when we recorded, I hadn't even played against the Shen at that point, and Jhin, I think I played him twice in a custom at that point. So do you guys have any new thoughts on Jhin or Shen? We'll start with the Jhin, I guess, because
Jin's a cool idea.
End of statement.
I think that's all. He's just bad.
He's not great.
You pick him and you just lose the game. I don't know why. Probably because he has fixed auto attack speed and 4 bullets.
Jin's a cool idea.
I've played one game with a Jhin who's done well, and I mean that's on either team. And he did well until the point where we started team fighting, and then he could only put out 4 shots per team fight, and then you die before you got the 4th one off, because
I feel like we have another case of Kindred on our hand,
where we're just completely misjudging her, and she's going to be OP somewhere else in a different lane and played in LCK 2 weeks after we talk shit about her.
I mean, maybe. I'm just saying, like, I feel like there is potential there that we're just not seeing. I mean, I'm excited to see.
Like, at all.
I know, and that's what we all said about, by all, I mean, the two of you said about Kindred as well.
This just on a strictly, like, mechanical standpoint. You have 4 bullets before you have to reload. It's going to take 6 seconds for you to, like, shoot all of the bullets, completely reload, and get ready to go again. If they have one tank who's in your face, you just lose the game, because you can't ignore the tank, and you're not going to kill him in 4 bullets.
Each shot does, like, you know, 1.5 billion damage.
As a regular shot from any other marksman.
Oh, that's not true.
Except for the very last one.
Late game, absolutely not.
No, the only difference is that you get more attack damage, and that's late game.
Yeah,
you get more attack damage than other characters. But...
A tank with 250 armor and 4k health still isn't going to die in the 4 bullets. You know, in the 6 seconds you have to kill him.
I don't know. Then you just start having to use, like, your kiting abilities and stuff. And I don't know. I don't know the answer.
The 0.75 seconds fucking root.
The main thing that Nick is trying to get at, I believe, and I kind of agree with, is the fact that unlike every other AD carry in the game, you can't kite and just pop shots at people in the fight. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'll pop this tank until he's out of my way. You know what I mean? You can't really do that. You need to use all your attacks on the carries. And if you get to the carries and you pop them, dude, you do a ton of damage if you can dodge everything.
Like, you do 1 million damage to squishies, and it's great, but it's just... You know who else does 1 million damage to squishies? Draven.
Other AD carries.
Tristana. Kog'Maw.
That's real.
It's it's that fixed auto attack speed that's just terrible.
I think in a couple weeks we'll see where he's going to fit in place, or we'll see the crazy buffs that he gets, and then is inevitably just has better numbers. But
I think he has a good spot in like a poke comp. As a mid laner.
His ult is so great.
It's great if you hit it.
Yeah,
I don't see anyone hit it though.
And then you miss one bullet, and then you just lose.
Yeah, because that slow is gone. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. At the very least, you pop a dash or a flash. Maybe people just freak out and get out of the way.
My favorite thing is when people, like, I've had this in a ranked game. He sets up his ult, and then like the enemy in mid laner like flash dashes towards him and one hits him. I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh.
Every time you see a Jhin picked on the enemy team, just pick Malphite and win the game. Like, that's what it boils down to. If they have a Malphite, you fucking lose.
Fair enough.
Dude, Malphite's really, really good right now, too.
Yeah, he is.
He's been banned in a lot of my games.
Well,
oh, yeah, so anyways, Jhin equals poo-poo, right? That's what we agree with right now. At least right now.
Misunderstood poo-poo.
That, at the end of the day, is still poo-poo.
Just
Fair
poo-poo
enough.
with a question mark. What about Shen? I've played a bit with him this week. What about you guys?
I still haven't. I haven't played against one since last week, so
I have the same opinion that I had before. I still build him the way that I used to build him back when he was really strong as a pick, and he's just fine.
I think he's stronger than he was before. I think he's fucked. I think he's really fucking crazy good. I think he's insane. Like, I don't even understand. I don't even understand where his damage comes from. Like, it's crazy. I think his thing that blocks auto attacks is one of the best abilities in the entire game. First of all. Like, I don't even understand. I'm like, well, this isn't fun, because I'll play someone like Fiora. If you pick Shen into Fiora, that Fiora can't win. Because she puts her ult on you, you put down your block thing, her ult wears off in the time that your block thing wears off. So she gets 0 vitals, because those don't proc, because her autos miss.
Do you remember that time they removed dodge from the game, and then gave it to 2 champions instead?
What
and
can
then
they
that
do?
time they took out sort of the divine to counter dodge.
I mean, this isn't like a dodge. This is a block, you know.
But yeah, it's AoE and it lasts for like 4 seconds.
2 seconds.
It's pretty strong. That's all I'm saying. I picked
2
Fiora.
2 seconds is
that's
fair.
2 whole Jhin auto attacks, dude. What do you? Those can
no.
blow you
It's
up in
one.
2
You're
seconds.
giving him too much credit on his attack speed.
Auto attacks.
Yeah, that's an entire Kog'Maw clip, dude.
Yeah, but like. The only game I've played against him is us Fiora, and I was miserable. Because Fiora is a champion that you need to hit certain autos at certain points in time. And if you can't do that, your champion, I don't know. I don't even know. I was just sad, dude.
Fair enough.
He sounds strong, though. I really like him. I think he's a really good rework.
Yeah.
And then finally,
that's it.
Last little bit of news. Dominion is dead.
Good.
Removed?
Yeah. They're
Gone?
removing it
The
this
last
week.
day is February 20th.
I thought it was the 12th. Is it the
I thought it
20th?
was the
Moving it
20th. I don't know.
Really? We gotta play some Dominion, boys.
No, we don't, because it's a shit game mode.
No, but
Did you see I'm
it's fucking
video,
garbage.
Nick?
Yeah, he was like, "What? No! Oh, that game mode fucking sucks." Like, yeah, this should have been done years ago. There's like 3 people who play Dominion, and it's only at like 6 o'clock in the morning in Malaysia,
and they're all drunk.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're all bots.
Like, you're not playing with real people when you queue up for Dominion.
Yeah, so I mean, that mode probably wasn't great. I'm more interested in what's gonna replace it. Hopefully, like a rotating
anything.
Hopefully, a rotating game mode.
Like what?
Any of the fucking game modes they've made?
Like,
no, but they won't do that because they just want to save those for like specific occasions.
No, they've said the reason they don't want to do it is they don't want people getting tired of it, like tired of the fun game modes. That they should, that they're spread
We don't
out.
want people to have too much fun. We want to keep them.
That's why they kept fucking
bored.
Poro King for like 12 weeks. That was. I don't even know why that was there like 3 weeks after like into January.
I love Poro King.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like, I remember it being like second week in January, and my friends were like, "You want to play Poro King?" I'm like, "What the fuck? They had this for like Christmas." Like,
I don't know. Like, I understand it from Riot's point of view. It's like you made this fun game mode like Earth, and then even after 1 week, the 1 week that we have it, people are already min-maxing and like being toxic as fuck if you don't pick and ban the best champions.
Oh, dude, first day of Earth is the best day of Earth every single time.
Yeah, definitely. No, I agree.
Not this past Earth, but the one before that. I remember me and my friends played it for 12 hours straight the night it came out. It was from like 6 o'clock till 6, and it was a lot of fun. We just fucking
and like the first like 3 days, you get people having like making fun champions like Sion, who just ults every 20 seconds, or like Blitzcrank Alistair. And then, like, the last 4 days, it's just, like, Ezreal, Sona, Karma, Soraka. It's just, like, these boring as fuck champions.
Yeah, but I honestly think, like, a rotating game mode of, like, certain things. Like, I think if they wanted to have Earth in there, it would have to be, like, maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months. But stuff like Poro King, like, stuff like that, I think they could have in there, like, every second week almost. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think,
so, too.
Like, Poro King, yeah, you can min-max it, but, I mean, it's still fun either way, I think, personally.
Yeah, like, honestly, they could just do, like, 2 weeks of a featured game mode. They do something like Tavern Brawl, you know? 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and then that way you only have to have one fun game mode every month.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's a good format.
Hopefully they will add something like that.
See you later, Dominion. Catch you on the flip side.
So, yeah. I want to say I missed you, but I haven't played you in fucking 3 years. So.
No, yeah, dude, we played when Garen, dude. Remember the Garen? When the Garen
Yeah, I remember playing that one Dominion game.
Yeah, but that wasn't even like really a proper Dominion game. You guys just used it as like an arena for your bullshit, right?
Yeah, it was just a.
That's what Dominion is. It's just an arena filled with bullshit.
Could that be the tagline instead of "It's fast and fun"? It's Dominion. It's an arena for your bullshit.
It's gonna be the episode title. I'll tell you that.
Maybe if I remember. I have to write this down, but I don't want to make
an arena
noise.
for your bullshit.
That's it for news, right?
Yeah.
And you know what that means, boys and girls.
An hour and 10 minutes, and we're into Champion Spotlight.
Yeah, it's time for Champion Spotlight. Finally. This week we're talking about the lamp light wielding hooded dude. Maybe he's human, maybe he's not. Jax. He's a cool dude. He's got one friend and one rival. He likes to keep it simple. Life is simple for a Jax. His friend is Gragas. His rival is Fiora. Isn't everybody's rival Fiora in real life? Really?
Not mine.
No. Okay, Aiden, you can be friends with Fiora. That's fine. It is seldom the case where a champion is defined by his actions after joining the League of Legends rather than before. Such is the case with Jax, for whom the argument could be made that he is the most prolific tournament fighter currently at the Institute of War. Red flag, this is old lore. Before joining the league, Jax was an unremarkable soldier for hire, for reasons known only to the former leader of the league, High Counselor Reginald Ashram, who should be a champion with that name. Come on. Jax was put on the top of the list of candidates to receive a league judgment. I don't know what that is. Oh, here it is. The interview process that either accepts or rejects a prospective champion. Whew, that was a quick turnaround for knowledge. His judgment was the quickest in league history. Where the doors of acceptance glowed and slowly swung open as soon as it began, Jax faced no recorded observation or reflection during his judgment. Observation and reflection are both capitalized, which means they must be a thing. But since there's no way for us to go back and look at the lore to see what those are, we're just going to kind of let that sit in our minds forever, gnawing at us slowly. Jax proved himself to be an immediate terror in the fields of justice. The self-proclaimed arms master of the league rattled off a streak of consecutive wins that to this day has not been matched. A number of summoners in the league grew concerned that the perceived objectivity of the League of Legends would be questioned by the presence of an unknown fighter who was unbeatable. Fair enough. That's how I feel about school and shit. For this reason, the new leader of the league following Reginald Ashram's disappearance. Ooh, he went away? Mystery. Ha ha. High Counselor Hayward Relavash created special restrictions for Jax to fight under. Riot's balancing team at work right here. This was something the league had never done before, and something that has never been done since. The burly fighter responded by imposing his own special conditions, attaboy. As a means of protest, he permitted himself to fight only using a brass lamp post. What a badass. Neither the league's sanctions nor his own has affected his winning ways. The league has since rescinded its sanctions, but Jax has not. He fights, and fights well, with his trusty brass lamp post. Quote, "Be advised, there has been an outbreak of lamppost-shaped bruises in the League of Legends. Gragas."
I feel like having a lamppost to just beat the shit out of people with is probably better than like some weapons.
Yeah, it's still pretty strong. Like, I mean, it's just a gigantic metal. It's like a mace.
Yeah, it's just
a
like
mace.
this piece of metal that I'm gonna beat you with.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, whatever.
It's
like,
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you.
I have nothing important to say.
Mine is stupid and off topic.
Okay, I was about to say that's like saying you can't use daggers, but you can use this half of a scissor. Like, it's functionally the same thing.
Okay, yours was just as bad as mine. I take it back.
Okay, I told you.
I wish I said mine before you.
Oh, you probably should have.
I don't know. Is brass like a super hard metal?
I don't know.
I don't know the physical properties of brass.
I'm not into metallurgy.
Maybe it's weak and malleable.
It could be.
Can you put like a 30-second cut of us talking about something else so it feels like I'm not changing the topic? But you know Sly Cooper? Cooper? You know the giant fucking pink hippopotamus dude? Murray?
Yeah.
He reminds me of Jax. I feel like
Really?
like they're very, very similar.
Oh my god!
Except with don't they look
with
similar?
less, a little bit, but like Murray's puns are just the best.
Dude, if he wasn't fat, he would be Jax.
Murray gets not fat in Sly 3.
I feel like Sly 1 and 2 are the only ones I've played.
Oh, I've played all 4 because I came out with one for PS3 as well, and it was a fucking masterpiece. It was so good. I'm sorry. Hey, Ability Reader, what the fuck are you doing, man? It's your turn.
I'm waiting for you guys to finish up your talk about Sly Cooper and fat hippopotamus.
We could talk about
Tell
Nick
us about
Cooper
Murray's abilities.
and how much of a fat hippopotamus.
Murray's abilities. Actually, I wanna highlight Jax's passive picture. Where it's just him catching a fish.
You need to look this up.
It's just Jax with a fishing pole and a fish on the end of it.
Never noticed that before.
Neither did I until I pulled it up.
It has nothing to do with what it is.
It's fucking stupid.
That's incredible. Yeah, people that need icon changes include Jax too.
Include Jax, who's
fishing.
Fucking awful.
Fishing. Jax catches more fish in the river than any other champion, i.e. one.
All of his icons are terrible.
They're pretty bad. I like Counter-Strike. It's just a guy dropping a sword.
Yeah.
Alright, his passive Relentless Assault, the fish catching ability. Jax's consecutive basic attacks continuously increase his attack speed. His Q is Leap Strike. Jax leaps towards a unit. If they're an enemy, he strikes them with his weapon. His W is called Empower. Jax charges his weapon with energy, causing his next attack to deal additional damage. His E is called Counter Strike. Jax's combat prowess allows him to dodge all incoming attacks for a short duration, then quickly counterattack, stunning all surrounding enemies. And his ultimate is called Grandmaster's Might. Every third consecutive attack deals additional magic damage. Additionally, Jax can activate this ability to strengthen his resolve, increasing his armor and magic resist for a short duration.
Isn't Jax a fun champion?
His abilities are really boring to read.
They're really boring to read, but he's really, really fun to play.
Yeah.
He's pretty fun to play. What role are we gonna toss this dude in?
Top lane.
Top lane.
Because
Top
his build
lane?
is expensive as fuck.
Nowhere else?
No.
If you want to play low econ Jax, I've seen him jungle. I mean, he's all right jungle, but I mean, he's definitely better top in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't. He used to be super good in the jungle, but now
when Runeglaive was a
kind
thing, I honestly thought Runeglaive was the best jungle item on him. But
yeah,
what can you do?
Well, anyway, Nick Cooper, you mentioned expensive build build
Yeah.
path. So why don't you go ahead and explain or start off the discussion? What are we building on this guy?
Trinity of Force is one of the most expensive items in the game.
It's also one of the best items in the game
For Jax, yeah.
for Jax.
Rage Blade, against his Rage Blade is really good. Gunblade is really good on him. Sterix Gauge, I really like that item on Jax. And then just generic Bruiser, yeah.
Deadman's is so good, dude, on him.
It is.
Its
really
movement
good.
speed is an auto attack thing. Its armor, its health, it's fucking good, dude. It's everything you want.
It's Dominion, dude.
Stop it.
What are we? Anything else besides that? Just kind of basic top lane bruiser.
Yep.
All right, cool. Skill order. What are we maxing first on this guy?
W.
His W, and that is his Empower. His Empower. What are we maxing second between Leap Strike and Counter Strike?
I like maxing Counter Strike second.
I think you're
Okay.
wrong, though. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to max Leap
So
Strike.
low.
I always max Leap Strike, but I could see somebody making an argument for Counter Strike, I suppose. The Mana Cost just goes through the roof, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, if you're using it for more of the utility of dodging and stuff for the frequency, then it doesn't really matter, but...
Well, yeah, but good thing Jax isn't a very high cost mana champion.
You know what? Two items we didn't mention for
What?
build. Fucking Gunblade first of all.
I said Gunblade.
Did you? Oh, sorry. And
Yeah.
then you know what I think is better than Trinity Force?
What?
Iceborne Gauntlet.
Yeah?
I think it's better on him than Trinity Force. Tree Force.
Well, giving him a slow.
Yeah, I think it's
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but then you lose out on the movement speed from Phage.
and
Yeah, and
sorry.
I don't know, you're basic attacking a lot, so I mean, I would probably still go with Trinity Force. That's just me, though.
So Nick, just to educate you on what this player named Zion Spartan. You know what he maxes on Jax in order?
Never heard
What?
of him.
He goes level 1. He gets Counter Strike, of course. It's a really good ability level 1. He maxes Q.
Mm-hmm.
Then he maxes Counter Strike. Then he maxes Empower.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like Empower, like, it just gets on, like, a 2-second cooldown.
I just like
And
how
it's
it's an auto set reset, like auto attack
Yeah,
reset. Like
and it's like every 2 seconds, deal an extra 200 damage.
I can understand that. Like all three of his abilities are really really good, and all on
They're really
fairly
good.
short cooldown.
You can max all of them.
Yeah.
First, really. I guess.
Cool.
Okay, fair enough. Anything else? Skill order? You want to talk about anything else with his kit and shit? Nothing?
Just put a point in whatever skill you want. Doesn't
Yeah, I mean,
matter.
whatever. He's Jax. Just hit all the buttons before you go in. It's cool.
I mean, you're waiting till you get like level 18 anyways, like until you have like full build and shit. So
Yeah, this was kind of seeping into the next section, which is strengths and weaknesses. Where is this guy truly an arms master, and where is this dude an arms disaster?
That's a good one, Chris.
that was
Thanks,
good,
dude.
dude. Did you write that before the show?
I didn't. I just made it up right now.
That's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
He's really good in 1v1s and killing minions and turrets.
I think he's
Thanks,
good
Nick.
when you get 6 items. When you get 6 items, dude, he's one of the best characters in the game with 6 items.
Yeah. Oh, great. He scales really, really well, but he doesn't infinitely scale.
And he's not one of the he's one of the not greatest champions when he doesn't have 6 items.
He's also one of the champions that's like the definition of split push.
Yeah, that's really good.
You know?
Yeah, split push is really, really good because his 1v1 potential is amazing. That's the main thing.
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, his kit is basically built for that sort of shit. You know, because he can either
Go ahead, sorry.
he can either counter strike and lock you down and then blow you up, or counter strike, lock you down, and leave.
Yeah.
You know,
And he can hop over shit, dude.
sure can. He can ward jump with his leap strike.
I think
crazy.
he's weak in team fights.
But
I think
that's
he gets
true.
kited pretty easily.
But he's also pretty good at initiating team fights if he can jump on people in the jungle. Like if you're doing like a team fight in the jungle and you get the jump on them, like the literal jump on them, and you stun a bunch of them. Like I've seen Jax's make team fights happen before. He just can't do much in those team fights.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get CC'd, you're donezo.
Like, alright, so Jax and Aurelia kind of fill the same role, except Aurelia's better in team fights and Jax is better in split pushing. But they're basically the same champion.
They
Fair
build very similarly too. Like He's just more hybrid damage, of course, and she's more hybrid, like attack damage and tank. He's more magic damage and physical damage and less tank.
Okay. So, favorite skin? Boys?
Oh, I forgot.
There's only one answer, by the way.
Part.
You guys
there's always one answer, and it's whatever you think the best one is.
No, that's not necessarily true.
That's always true. I always choose the wrong one. I want to go
weird
last.
How I just have the best answer every single week.
I want to go last.
But I know what okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, you do every week.
All right. All right. I'm gonna say all the skins I like, and it's gonna be a lot of them.
Okay.
Mighty Jax, Jaximus, Temple Jax, Nemesis Jax, all good.
Can
Warden Jax is good.
You want to guess the best skin?
Go?
You want to guess?
Do I want to guess the best one? Probably Mighty Jax.
Nope, you're forgetting about one. The best one in the entire fucking game. It's actually like my second favorite.
Fisherman.
Skin. What?
You're gonna say
Fisherman Jax?
No,
Angler Jax.
Oh my god! Are you guys?
Is there another?
Jaximus?
Oh my god! You guys don't even remember the skin. I own it.
Pax Jax.
Yeah, Pax Jax is one of the best fucking skins in the entire game.
That thing looks like garbage.
No, it doesn't. He's fucking awesome. He's a cardboard tube.
That's true.
Honestly,
that's pretty.
It's
funny.
one of my favorite skins in the game. Like top.
Okay.
3 maybe.
Fair. I'm gonna go ahead and say probably Jaximus or Warden Jax. Although Nemesis Jax kind of takes like a really close second in my eyes.
You just
Pax Jax looks so
3 the
boring.
worst.
3 the worst. I'll have to say SKT Jax. I don't care for.
Yeah.
I think I own it, and I think that's the one that I use out of the other skins, but I just don't really care about it that much. Like, I'm not excited to ever use it.
Where's the love for Fisherman and Hockey Jax? Like,
I said hockey. I said Mighty Jax.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking cool.
Oh, Hockey Jax. I was like, hockey? Like,
Hacky.
Okay, cool. That's it for Champion Spotlight. Jaxarino. Let's move on to the round table.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
Sure.
So last week's question was, what is your favorite non-meta build to play in League of Legends? So we got like 24 answers on Facebook, and we got like 8 tweets or something like that. So I mean, that's a lot of answers, boys. So I pulled a ton of them. A ton of them were like really, really awesome ones, but they were like fairly like obvious things. So like they're all really cool. I'd recommend everyone go and read them, go respond to each other and shit like that. But I pulled some really fucking awesome ones. So I pulled maybe half of them sort of thing. So Sergio on Facebook said, on hit affects Braum. I know CivHG's played it a bunch on stream, the mid Braum. Nick, I'm not sure if you've seen it. It's pretty deadly. It's pretty awesome. Nick said, AD Twisted Fate, build a Runons, and that E procs 3 times so fast. Rageblade is fun on him too. I agree. AD Twisted Fate was like the old crazy troll build, along with tank Twisted Fate. Franco said AP Tryndamere. He would just never die. Do you guys remember when AP Tryndamere was like the best way to play Tryndamere and use OP and play in LCS?
I do. It was terrible.
Do you remember the one player to play him in LCS, Chris?
No.
It was your boy Vubi.
It was Voidblade played AP Tryndamere?
Yep, he was the only player to play him in LCS.
Did they lose that game?
No, they fucking demoed them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Because he was OP that one patch. Because his E was like almost a 1.0 ratio or something like that. Like it was fucked.
I should have known it was Voidblade because you asked me instead of Nick.
Yeah, that's true. Dylan said movement speed Hecarim because look at my horse is amazing. We got 2 answers for Bard. I kind of grouped them together. So Andrew said 80 carry Bard all the way. Those meeps can get scary. And Nathan said hybrid Bard mid lane. It works. Build a Rageblade, Hurricane, Bork, Frost Queen's Fire Cannon, and whatever else.
I mean, one item.
What's the name? CivHD also plays a lot of mid Bard on his like highlight videos and stuff.
Does he really?
Yeah,
I forgot about him.
I just have his highlight videos on YouTube and stuff. They're pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
They're well edited. Tom said AP/mana stacking Blitzcrank, possibly get out of the jungle, meaning that he plays him in the jungle most of the time. No, but you remember the good old days when you get like 8,000 mana on Blitzcrank and then you have like no health though, right? Except that when they pop your mana shield, it's like 3,000 health mana shield.
It's like a Tom Kent shield, but better.
Yeah, it's like it was the old day Tom Kent. Josh said, it's probably not that off meta, but he's loving AP Ezreal mid at the moment. I think it's off meta enough. Like I'd say AD Ezreal is way more common mid than AP Ezreal. So,
yeah.
Adrian said, full tank Galio top. Love not dying? Good, because you won't. Want to have half the health of all the squishies? Great. Alt and watch them all flee in terror. Dude, I wish Galio got more love, dude.
I saw this really cool rework where they like changed him into this like anti-siege thing, where he could like his passive was where he could climb on top of a turret and like shoot lasers and stuff from there.
What the fuck?
It was a really good idea. Like actually,
that's really really cool. Actually,
John said Criddle Sticks, Russian Infinity Edge, and Static Shiv. Then you / all chat the fact that you're testing the new Shockblade Fiddlestick skin for Rito games. Christian said, my favorite off-meta build to play is full AP Zac mid. The thing Rex and the heals are OP. Honorable mentions are full AP Shaco mid and full AP Blitzcrank. One pull and you're fucked. And then our very own Jacob said, Fireball Karthus, which I had to include.
Throwback.
Yeah, dude. It's funny because we talked about it literally last week.
We talked about it on the show, too, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he still listens?
No. Not a chance in hell.
Oh, you guys... no, but...
You guys remember me? Oh, boy.
We got some tweets, too, that I wanted to mention. We got a ton of tweets, actually, so thank you guys for all the responses. One was Headbanger Amumu. If you haven't seen Amumu with full with max attack speed, look up the animation. It's amazing. He's talking about the crit animation. Have you guys seen the crit animation for Amumu?
Yeah, he just smacks his head into people.
Well, he like rolls on the ground like really. Well, is he just talking about like the regular animation? Because the regular auto is just smacking his head. The crit animation is where it's at.
Is he like breakdances? Right?
Yeah, he breakdances.
He's just talking about the regular one where he's just like banging his head against somebody.
Yeah, but the crit one's even better, dude. He just fucking like rolls on the floor really fast. So if you get 2.5 attack speed, just roll like he's just like glitching around the map. It's really funny. Nate said so this was a 2-part tweet. I just pulled the second part. Okay, first you play Jax, second you build 6 Trinity forces. It's not meta because it's so powerful. It's an instant win, GG, no repeat. That's actually the build we meant to mention, the champion spotlight. We meant to just say build 6 Trinity forces, right?
Well, we don't want to tell everybody. I mean,
right? We want to keep that an in-house secret as long as possible.
Exactly. And then Jay said, AP Lucian mid, straight castin all day, yo,
baby.
I agree. So the question for this week, I'm currently choosing between 3 of them. Because I'm going to choose the first one. So, which champion, if deleted from League of Legends, would change the game the most, in your opinion, and why?
Oh, jeez.
I have an answer if you guys want me to talk about it first.
Yeah,
it's kind of a little.
I actually might need you to give me an example.
Okay, so mine is going to be Vladimir. I think Vladimir, if he was deleted from the League of Legends, he would change the game the most because the reason why Spell Vamp is something that can't be OP is based on Vladimir completely. The reason, like, Spell Vamp has to be completely balanced around that champion, meaning that if more Spell Vamp items were added to the game, Vladimir would be OP because he completely utilizes it more than any other champion in the game. So therefore, Spell Vamp can never be a stat kind of like lifesteal. You know what I mean? It's kind of kept in check just by having Vladimir as a champion. So I mean, like, do you guys remember the good old days when you could get like 110%, or like close to 100% spell vamp on Vlad, like by building like Will of the Ancients, someone else building Will of the Ancients, you building Gunblade, and then also building a Revolver, and then something else.
Right.
You could get like 110% spell vamp or something, and it was fucked. It was just your Q heals you for like double the amount that it does. Like, I don't know. I just think that stat is completely just. It can't be a real stat with a champion like him in the game. And that's why I think if he was deleted from the game, it would change, I think, a lot. I think that stat could actually be expanded upon for new champions.
Okay.
Do either of the two you have an answer?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say Evelyn. I mean, a champion with a passive that's stealth instead of like an active. I don't know. I feel like it would be a lot easier to like play against. You don't have to purchase strictly like vision wards, you know. Or,
it would definitely change warding patterns, right?
Yeah.
Completely, like.
Yeah, definitely.
They could change definitely how wards work, even like.
Well, the best way. All right. So the best way to play against an Evelyn right now is to just ward her camp, so you can see where she's at, like, and then kind of play against that. But every other jungler, you just ward like the entrance to your lane.
Well, I mean, even if you look back at Season 1, like, the two stealth champions, Evelyn and Twitch, Evelyn had permanent stealth, I believe, or it was, like, really fucking long, and Twitch's was 60 seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was problematic, because you literally, if you didn't have a pink, they were just gone off the map for so long that it was ridiculous. Like, they could be stealth longer than it would take to do Baron, meaning that if they were on the map, off the map, they could be at Baron, or they could just be anywhere on the entire map because they just are stealth champions. So I mean, it was definitely
Evelyn has that permanently now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's weird. I think it's kind of balanced now, but it definitely would change how they could balance warding if a champion like that didn't exist, or any stealth champions for that matter, right?
Yeah, like I don't think Evelyn's overpowered. It's just she's overpowered against like warding. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I agree. Chris, are you drawing a blank, my friend?
I think I'm caught between two, actually.
Ooh, okay.
I'm caught between Annie and Master Yi.
Okay, I actually like both those. Those are really smart.
Annie, kind of on the grounds that she represents kind of an old design philosophy back before they had to, get really creative because they didn't want to copy paste new champions and stuff like that. Yeah. She represents an era where it was just, okay, this champion has a couple of spells. One's a defensive shield, one's an area cone, and one's a point and click. And then her ultimate's a big old bomb. Like, cool. Like, that was like what you wanted a mage to be, You're like, Neato. That's really, really cool. So if she's gone, then there would be almost no remnants left of a simpler time, as it were, especially when you're talking about casters, Because a lot of people use Annie as a comparison point. They're like, when you talk about Brand, they're like, oh, Brand is just a worse Annie, Or like, this champion is just a worse Annie. Like, everybody always talks about their champion in comparison to Annie's when we're talking about AP casters. So with her gone, I think that conversation gets a little bit more interesting, and I feel like it opens up an opportunity for her skills to be used in other places now, and without fear of just copy pasting things.
Well, that's the kind of the problem with like really simple mechanics, like very point and click, very. This is a defensive skill. This is a damage spell. This is a bigger damage spell. Is the problem that if you have more than one champion in the game with that, then it becomes a numbers game, right? Because one champion's gonna do more DPS over a certain amount of time. But when you have other champions, like Brand is a champion that has his abilities, if used in different sequences, do different things. Therefore, his damage output changes depending on different things, and he has different utilities and stuff like that. Therefore, they have different uses. Whereas Annie, she's kind of just there, and I don't, you know what I mean? It's just if there was two Annies in the game, then it would be fucking dumb because one of them would always be better than the other. So I kind of understand what you mean. Like, she's kind of just a comparison point, but if she wasn't that, then there could probably be, I don't know. It's you know what I mean though? She's just so basic. I'm assuming that's the argument you're going with Master Yi is like, he does auto things, and then his ult gives him more auto things, and his E gives him more auto things. Like,
I was also going to make, there was kind of part and parcel was kind of the same thing. It was like, they're very basic, and so removing them kind of says goodbye to that sort of time.
Yeah.
But with Master Yi also, he's arguably like the only jungle champion that you can't really kite.
Meaning his ultimate doesn't allow him to be slowed.
And the Yi zone.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You can't do shit about that in a lot of occasions, and with removing that, I don't know, I just feel like that would change the jungling atmosphere in a big way. I can't articulate how, but I feel like it really would.
Well, I mean,
especially with its relation to carries and lane and ganking and stuff like that.
And he's always good in solo queue as a champion, you know what I mean? Just because he
is.
He's just a staple. Like, he does one thing, and that thing is, I'm going to farm, sometimes gank, and if the game passes a certain amount of time, I'm going to split push until the game's over. Like, he's just so... Yeah, I completely agree. I think both him and Annie kind of filled the same idea, at least. Or at least in different aspects, but I mean, I definitely see if they were removed from the game, it would kind of almost put the tone of the game in a different direction. Like, you don't have a very basic champion, almost.
Right.
Huh, I like that a lot, actually.
Thanks.
Yeah, so people can... give us their fucking awesome answers like every single week about which champion, if deleted from League of Legends, would change the game the most and why. And you can hit us up on the Facebooks, the Twitters, and at the end of the show, we'll talk about our emails, or actually, after the LCS section, we'll talk about our emails and stuff.
Yeah.
But let's do the LCS section first, yeah?
Yeah. So I watched, no LCS, so I'm sorry, guys. Like,
I watched a little bit, but I'm just
going to watch a teensy bit.
Because it's been kind of long. So Origin coach steps down. I don't know what his name was. They mentioned in the article.
Yeah, it was just today. Like, he stepped down today, and XPK is kind of filling his role.
Yeah.
It's Hazel, or I'm assuming it was Hazel. Yeah.
Yep. XPK filling in as interim head coach.
My favorite thing is there's an article published or an interview published today, right? And you know how sometimes you always have like a quote for like an interview to get like a lot of views, right? Like like the Freeze interview, like I was gonna show Doublelift that I was gonna crush this kid or something like that, right? The quote for the Origin interview with XPK is, Origin are not uncoachable. Like, what a fucking shitty headline. It's like,
fair
wait,
enough.
the owner of the team says they're not uncoachable. I'm like, oh god.
That's pretty funny. So this is just my thoughts on NA. NA looks incredibly good. There's a 4-way tie for second place, and I think with the exception of Cloud9, I think every team in that second place slot looks like they could compete with Immortals eventually, but Immortals still look pretty unstoppable.
Oh, yeah. That game against Liquid was really painful for me to watch.
Oh, the game against CLG was really painful. It looked like neither team wanted to win.
Yeah, but there were moments in both of those games where you were like, they could turn around right now. This could be it right now. Yeah. Death timers, boys, death timers. But no, nothing happens. They would Immortals. I've never seen a team turn around team fights more often than they do.
Yeah,
I lose track of what happens.
Nick and
more than normal.
Nick, that was like the one. Like I think I watched that one day of LCS, the day that Immortals played CLG, because Nick and I were like kind of just typing messages to each other during the Immortals game in CLG, and we're like, oh, fuck, dude, Immortals is far ahead. Oh, fuck, dude, CLG's far ahead. And then I think by the end of the game, I'm like, nah, dude, fucking CLG has this game. They have a Rise late game. And then, like, 4 seconds later, like, Immortals win a team fight and the game's over. And we're like, that was really not fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like, CLG's late game was insane. I think it was, they had Rise, Zillion. I don't remember the 80 carry, but I thought it was a pretty hard scaling one.
Dude, Hui's fucking Zillion was awful. It made me just vomit.
Zillion was pretty terrible.
Dude just vommed everywhere.
Yeah. But like, even in that game, I think CLG has probably put up the best fight so far.
I'd say so.
I don't know.
I mean, the TSM game was, like, really clean by TSM until they threw at Baron, right? Like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Immortals still looking good. I don't think they're going to go Fnatic on us and sweep regular season. I think they'll drop a game or two.
There was a thread on Reddit, Nick. It was like, what's more likely, Immortals to go 18-0 or Giants to go 0-18?
Well, Giants won a game.
I know, right? They won their game today, but what can you do?
Yeah. Spoiler. Over in EU, H2K and G2 Esports continue to look impressive. Fnatic begin their return to summer split form. They went 2-0 this week. And Origin still having problems. I'm not sure what's going on, but they're still coachable, so
we should have also probably mentioned
I'm relieved.
Fnatic replaced their support. Noxiac is no longer. They picked up some amateur support. I don't know, like, he has this really long account name, but they changed it for LCS. So it is for LCS, it's called KLAJ, Klaj or Cloud, I don't know. Either way,
European name.
Either way, like, spoiler, we're recording on Thursday, and they played today, and they did well, and he looked fine. So I mean, good for them.
Nice. And that's it for NA, or for LCS, kind of short.
Yeah, dude. It's just kind of like updates and shit. I mean, not like there's any crazy games this week.
There wasn't anything disgusting or insane. No, besides OG's coach stepping down. Who cares?
Yeah, it's not really a big deal.
Do you guys follow Riot Games on Facebook? Or not Riot Games, League of Legends on Facebook?
Yes.
So they posted a play of the week, right? And it was just fucking Jensen playing Orianna, and it was just really anticlimactic plays. Like, oh, he puts his ball there and he ults 3 people, or he.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was that was play of the week.
It was just him doing Orianna stuff, and I'm like, this doesn't seem very play of the week like.
Yeah, it's just like, that's a pretty good shockwave.
It's just like him just doing Orianna things, or like he gets ganked, or like, it was really well edited. It was fucking awesome. Like, they did the zoom out to and then have to zoom in back to a different team fight, but it was just like Orianna thing. It was like shield, dissonance, and walk away. Shield, dissonance, and walk away. Throw your ball in, shockwave, and it's like, oh, that wasn't very cool.
No.
So that was kind of like the quality of the games this week.
Yeah. But Aiden, you know it is really cool.
Male fight?
It is male fight. Oh, he knows me so well. Oh, attaboy.
I think he knows the order of the show so well.
Yeah. Oh, that's on the.
Notes,
right.
It is.
No, mine's randomized.
Along with the joke that you just Did you just read that from the doc, Chris? Or
oh, I don't know, dude. It's all scripted. This
your
whole
jokes
thing.
Out?
Nope.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, we have 2 Facebook messages. The first one is from Christopher Crixus.
Crixus?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a strange name. First one's from Chris. He said, "Hey guys, just found about your podcast 3 days ago. He's been binge listening during his long work days. Thanks for the work you guys put into the show. He's only been playing League for about 2 months, and Riot has gotten me hook, line, and sinker. I got a level 30 before the new season went live, placed bronze 4, and I'm sitting in bronze 3 currently. He's been maining the support role primarily, Bard, Zyra, Annie, with the occasional mid as Lux. And here is where his question comes. Would you recommend that I try to master more champs in other lanes in an attempt to have more of an impact on games, or can support roles do this with enough practice on their own? I feel like I'm...
I think you
on their own, okay. It says on.
It does say.
Okay, whatever. I feel like I am too dependent on my AD carry way too much early game, and if our lane gets shit on, it just creates that lovely toxic atmosphere that we all know and love, and the game snowballs to an FF at 20. This seems to happen more often than not, and I feel like I managed to win one game but then lose the next 2 in a row. Rinse, wash, and repeat. Like I said, I am extremely new and am really trying to better myself as a player, but also am extremely competitive in nature and would love to push up as high as I can go. Looking forward to your next show, and thank you in advance if this question makes it through to the discussion board. Well, it made it past the discussion board. It's on the show.
I feel like we've answered this question.
I think so
kind
too,
of.
But
kind of.
I feel like the answer's changed. Like in the past, I think we would mention, yeah, you should probably learn how to play all the roles. But, like, fuck that. You only need to play 2 roles in the new team build, or the new champion.
I still don't like that advice.
I love the advice.
Alright, you queue for support and AD carry, you only know how to play support and AD carry. Like, that's all you need.
Nick, you better get that, Nick. You queue for support anything, you're gonna get support, don't you worry.
Yeah. When you learn other roles, it doesn't help you just play them yourself. It helps you understand other people that are playing them as well. So if you're a new player and you have no idea how top works at all, like, we're saying this with a strong understanding of how every single role works. Well, like, we know what to expect from a fed top laner or a top laner that's behind. He doesn't, you know?
Well, yes, but I think that kind of you can kind of throw that to the wind as a support, because you're just like, you're supporting. It doesn't matter if you're supporting the AD carry, the mid laner, or the top laner. Like, you're just supporting, you know? Your job is to keep your team alive and, like, rarely interact with the enemy team, you know?
Yeah.
You don't gank too often as support. Like, you don't
gank at all in bronze support.
It's pretty well, like, yeah, if you, like, as I mentioned, like, last podcast, if you can ward as well as the pros do in LCS, you're probably going to win just more games just based off that. Just that alone. Just because warding is fucking insane. If you can give your mid laner a vision, if you roam up at, like, level 4 or something and ward your mid lane for them, like, ward the bush below them, and that stops a gank, great, you stopped your mid laner from dying once. That's really, really good. Yeah,
honestly, it's like a 500 gold swing. Like between the CS and experience they miss and the gold that they get.
Like, my duo queue partner plays jungle a lot. What he'll constantly do is just, like, go top and ward for our top laner. It's just because, like, fuck it. If you can put down a ward for our top laner and it prevents a gank, that's really crazy good. That's, like, insane. Because if he doesn't ward, then fuck it. Do it for him.
Plus, I mean, there are certain supports that can just carry games by themselves, like a good Thresh or a good Blitzcrank.
Or even like, Janna the potato peeler.
Yeah, Janna. We actually have someone who sent an email responding to the potato. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But no, but like I would recommend playing a bunch of supports, because I would recommend expanding your support pool as much as you can, because there's so many different supports and they all fulfill a different role and they're all super fucking unique. Like, Thresh is an engaged support, Braum's a engaged / disruption support, Leona's engaged support, Janna's a peeler, you know what I mean? Brandon and Annie are damage dealers. There's so many different roles. Tom Kench is, like, more of a protector. Like, all you do is sit on your team and eat them when they get low.
Mm-hmm.
Every single support plays a different role, and they're all very, very, very unique. Sorry, I was going to say, like, he mentioned he also plays Lux. If you do want to transition to mid at all, like, Lux is a really good choice for you. Lux is probably one of the better mid laners right now that are AP. And she's just really, really strong. And you can play her in both roles, so, I mean, might as well pick her out for both if you can. Same thing with, like, as you mentioned, Annie. is fine in both roles. Lux is fine in both roles. I think you have a good champion pool, though, just based on what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That being said, Chris does have a point. Like, if you want to, like, max min the game, sort of, and, like, hey, my top laner is pretty fed, so this is what we on the bot lane should be doing right now. Like, yeah, you should play all the roles and learn all the roles and get familiar with them. I just feel like learning, like, how to support, if you want to support, learning how to support primarily is what you should be focusing on.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I don't know.
Even as I mentioned, like, I'm only playing top. I've only played top for, like, pretty well the last 20 games I've played. And I feel like I'm getting better at it. I feel like I'm learning matchups better. I feel like I'm understanding how to play champions better. Like, I'll play, like, one game as really top and I'll feed my ass off, and then the second game I'll play really well. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm understanding how to just play stuff just by playing it. So, I mean, like, as much as people hate to say it, like, you should play stuff in normals first. Play stuff where whatever, like, queue you want. Just make sure that you're learning from it. I think that's kind of important.
Yeah. And if you're playing new stuff, prepare to do poorly, lose LP, and also be flamed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't even worry if people flame you. I mean, who cares? It's a game.
Well, yeah, it's just if you go into queue as Jhin the day he comes out, who, in my opinion, is a pretty difficult champion to play, and a little weak, like, you should...
Who would do that?
Like, you should expect your feelings... Like, you should not be upset when your feelings get hurt, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you're gonna play something new and shitty, and, like, do poorly on it, then, like...
Well,
that's no one's fault but yours.
In defense of said individual that might have queued up three times in a row.
I'm not saying it's you.
You know, he didn't know that champion wasn't good. He just thought he wasn't.
Well,
good.
Yes, that's why you try it in. That's why you try it in normals.
You lock in, you purchase, you hit the buy button, you go into ranked, and you fucking say Jhin mid. I'm Jhin main now.
I'm a Jhin main.
Mm-hmm.
And then you quit being a Jhin main 2 games later. So that happened to me once.
Until you realize you're supposed to take a mid, and then you're like, I'm back, boys. Phase 2.
That's what happened to me once. I was playing with friend of the show, Dylan, and he was in his promo to, I think, gold or plat, something. And I locked in Fiddlesticks, and I said, I'm going to be a Fiddlesticks main now. And then I played against a Lee Sin who just invaded me and killed me over and over, and I never played Fiddlesticks ever again. I was a Bard main for a while.
Anecdotal evidence that what we're saying is correct.
Yeah, but do you guys remember? Like, I used to be a Bard main.
Dude, I was a Bard main.
No, I don't remember that.
Drinking. I played 11 games of it that one night.
That one night we were all drinking.
To be more specific, buddy.
Yeah. It'd be like easier to tell which night you were talking about if you said that one night we didn't.
It was the one where we were playing Mexico, the 6v6, and then I played Bard 11 times.
Oh God.
All right, thanks, Chris. We have an email from Shut Up, Chris. And Eric Deck, he said, "Hey guys, I have a question for you. Has Riot ever talked about a champion mastery leaderboard, something that would maybe show overall mastery points, or you could sort by champion or role? Just thought that would be something cool to look at if you main a certain champ." And I responded on Facebook, and I'll give my response. It's like, why is this not a thing that already exists? It's so easy to implement, like, and it should be there, you know?
Well, I mean, there's a third-party program that kind of does it, but not with the mastery thing. Just it bases on number of games played, your ELO with that champion, like your overall ELO, like what ELO you're playing the champion in, your win rate, stuff like that, your KDA. It's called LOL skill, and then it ranks you in the world. So I mean, like, it's really fucking cool. Like, I use it a lot over op.gg because, like, you'll, like, type in your name, it just will, like, check your game stats, but it'll be like, on the enemy team, this person is the 162nd best Cho'Gath in the world. And you're like, oh, they're not playing Cho'Gath, that's good. No, but it's just kind of cool. Like, it bases off a bunch of stuff, like, off ELO, skill, shit like that, games.
We actually, I don't know if he still does, but he used to listen. We had the number 1 Soraka in the world, right?
Yeah.
Like in the TeamSpeak, playing with us.
Oh, yeah.
Slam X.
Yeah,
based on that website.
What a bro.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude.
I like LOL skill, though. Good website.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, that should definitely be exist already. That's a good idea. So we have an email from Dan. Hey, so I've been listening to your podcast for about a month now. I'm super new to podcasts in general, and since Riot has been advertising their podcast, I've been getting really into them.
Get out while you can.
No, don't. I played over 800 ranked games last season. I play a game or two a night, sometimes more, rarely less, while my girlfriend watches Vampire Diaries and such. So my question is, I was constantly fluctuating between bronze 5 and bronze 1. The silver just never came. Being completely honest with myself and y'all, I would say 1 out of every 15 to 20 games it was my fault for making bad decisions or losing lane, whatever. So my question is, how do I crawl out of bronze when I keep having people who won't group, allow split pushes to go unchecked? I'm only one man, and often find that my team is farming Krugs at 30 minutes while they are knocking on our inhib tower. I placed bronze 5 after going 8-2 in placements, and I'm currently bronze 3. I was just wondering if you had any specific advice for someone in my position who is mechanically solid but maybe not good at shot calling for the team. Thanks, Dan. P.S. I'm gonna join that TeamSpeak though. Yeah, Chris.
Q with somebody else.
That's not an easy answer, Chris.
I know.
Can I give my answer though?
Nope.
First of all, the stats part.
What do the stats show, Aiden? If you look at this pie chart, you'll see that I don't know how to fucking speak English.
Alright, on the next Patreon podcast, can we just have Aiden pronounce words for an hour?
Oh, that is such a good... I'm writing that
down. We should just have a game. Oh, alright, Chris, write this down. We have a game where we come up with, 20 words each. Aiden pronounces them all. Not impossible words, too. And then, if he gets one, that's minus a point. If he doesn't get one, that's plus a point.
Alright. The name of the section is going to be Aiden Says Shit
Aiden
and Sounds
normally.
Thus.
Anyways, what the stats say...
Soapbox with Aiden.
It's not my fault.
Sorry, keep going.
What I was trying to say is, you mentioned 1 out of every 15 to 20 games you think it's your fault. Well, if you think of it this way, if you're obviously you're a little bit better than this, but if you're responsible for 1 out of every 10 losses, then you're probably the problem, and you probably shouldn't be gaining ELO. Be it based on there's 10 people in the game. If one person has a shitty game, they're the reason that team loses. Then that's 1 out of the games. And if it comes up, if you rotate through all 10 games and you're not the problem in any of those 10 games, then you did yourself you did your team a service. You know what I mean? And that you're not throwing. But I mean, the more and more you're responsible just based off of 1 game, even it's going to lower your win rate. If you're responsible 1 every 10 games, you're probably not going to gain ELO because chances are 50% of the time your team is also throwing the game. You know what I mean? 4 out of 5 times your team's gonna make a bad decision. You're the 5th part. But if you can lower it to 1 in every 30 games you make a misplay, obviously you do that through shot calling, stuff like that. My advice for actual shot calling though is if your team doesn't want to group on them. I think it honestly works.
Yeah.
If someone's split pushing,
Yeah.
get your entire team to fucking join them.
Yeah, just start pinging up there, people like you're on your way, and people will go up there too.
Ping a tower, then just follow them. You know what I mean? But because usually it's just 1 or 2 players who kind of just off doing their own thing, not really pay attention to the merit of the game. But just group with them. Make sure that you're always doing something. Maybe even type to them, be like, "Hey guys, dragon's up in a minute and a half. We should push out that top lane, then go here," because if you can explain stuff to people, they'll be like, that sounds like a good idea. And then they'll probably get caught and it won't happen. But at least you're educating people, and maybe the next time they won't get caught. They'll actually just be with you guys. Or hey, our team's stronger in team fights and their team's stronger in split pushing, so therefore we should make sure we're always together. If you try to articulate stuff to your team, then hopefully they'll listen. Chances are they won't, but you can only do so much, right? You minimize your own mistakes, try to educate your team of what to do properly. And hopefully that will give you a higher win rate. Just grind out enough games and you'll probably hit that silver, dude. You got it.
I believe in you. And, the only thing I'm going to add on is make sure you do it in a polite manner. People don't take kindly to being told what to do. Oh, dude, there's some people,
I played a ranked game in one of my series where our mid laner got caught for the 8th time or something like that, right? And he's 0-8 or something. And I'm like, I think my first comment was kind of mean. I think I said brand plus, right? That's all I said. And he's like, fuck off. And I'm like, dude, and then the next comment I was trying to be really nice to him because I knew he's already mad. I'm like, how about you just group with us? I think we'll be much more safe as a team. And he's like, fuck off, we'll report you. And I'm like, nope, he's not having it. Like, it's just sometimes where your team just won't have it, and then you just got to group on them and then hope that things go well. Chances are you're going to lose those games where someone's that upset, but I mean, you just gotta minimize those experiences almost.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully that helps. Keep us in like
in the loop.
Yeah, about your bronze adventures. That will turn into silver adventures.
I really want to know about the stats on that.
Statistically,
where you sit.
All right. We have one from Terra Hex. He says, "Hey again, guys. This time I have quite possibly the most important question you've ever been asked. So when Riot inevitably, I even knew. I looked at the word and I was like,
that wasn't even a hard word.
Inevitably,
like statistic.
Decides they've got too many champions and starts fusing them together. Which two champions would you guys combine? I'd combine Fizz and Nami to make something that's hideous in both appearance and gameplay.
Okay.
He would have a stun, heal, mobility, be able to go unforgettable? Untargetable, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm assuming probably untargetable.
And do a shit ton of damage, not to mention the ultimate would probably be a Nami's tidal wave, but with sharks swimming in it. Also, if you could talk about how many champions is too many champions, that would be cool.
All right.
There's never too many champions.
There's never too many champions because when people like ask me about this game, they know nothing about it. I'm like, all right, so here's the deal. Let me just tell you something right now. Like, and they're like, all these kids are playing this game. It's unimpressive. I'm like, right. Each of these people that are playing, they have memorized by name and effect 4 unique things per champion, 5 in a lot of cases. There's also more for champions that have double abilities when they transform and shit like that. For 130 of these guys, and they're like, that's pretty crazy. Like, that's the only piece of information that like gets down to they don't know what APMs are, you know. But when you talk about it in terms of that, like, that's impressive as fuck. So keep going, Riot, because nobody's getting tired of it.
Not to mention, I mean, like, the cooldown of most of those spells, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, we got about 10 seconds until Lux lasers, so maybe we shouldn't do this dragon. Something like that.
Yeah.
So, fuck it. Let's get 1,000 champions in here.
Let's
I'm gonna play this
fucking
game
do
till
it.
the day I die.
Oh, God, don't say that. I said that about WoW, and I guess it's still kind of true.
It's still true. You're gonna die and then come back to life just to be like, oh, I'm not done with WoW.
Oh, maybe I'll just resub.
Maybe I'll just resub real quick. But
It's coming back again? Damn.
We're going back to Draenor? Oh my god.
Third timeline?
We're going back to the past to fix what we did in the future of the past.
Keep going.
So I think that's just the present, by the way.
So I believe that kind of is, yeah. But
so what two champions would we combine to make the ultimate Franken champion?
You know, I was listening back to old episodes, and I came across us having one of our conversations about the Franken champions. We were making them out of different abilities and stuff like that. I'm really happy that we're about to do this right now.
Yeah,
those were good times. Now,
can I just aesthetically choose the champion?
Yeah,
because I think I know what aesthetically the best 2 champions would be together.
What?
So you know Hecarim, how he's the horse, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So imagine Hecarim, but so he's like the horse body, but instead of like regular horse legs, he has fiddlestick legs, like big fucking scarecrow, and he has fiddlestick's head. And so his ultimate actually works like it's a better ability currently because it's like Hecarim's ult, but it also has the fiddle, like fucking crazy.
Oh,
shit.
that'd be sick.
His Q is gonna be the fiddle fear. You can't not have. I'm not. Is it fear? Is fear Q? I'm pretty sure fear is Q, right?
Yeah, fear is Q.
And then he gets up on its hind legs for the drain, the fucking giant horse monster. I'm not sure about the E though. Whose E would he have? Would he have the scarecrow E, or would he have the? You know, he'd have the speed up E. I'm stupid. And then you just charge. Yeah. I just think aesthetically, like, the kit's not very much fun, but aesthetically, dude, fucking a horse scarecrow, dude, would be the fucking... I would play that champion. Would you be a horse scarecrow main?
Yeah, dude.
Hecka
mean the scare horse. Hecka
sticks?
Fiddle
horse?
Fiddle rim?
Fiddle.
Fiddle horse?
Fiddle. That's what... At least I want the look of that champion. That's all I care about. So, that'd be mine.
That'd be awesome.
Uh-huh.
All right, I've got one.
Oh, please.
I'm going to create the ultimate monster. It's going to be Jarvan combined with Alawi. So whenever he ults in, it's just like tentacle spawn in this impassable terrain.
Impassable
that'd be
in quotes.
sick. Impassable.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. A Moo mixed with Gangplank. So
Like a
every
depressed
single
pirate?
depressed pirate. So every single time that he says all of his quotes, instead of being jolly about it, he's really, really depressed. Like you're just super duper upset.
Roger.
When he shoots somebody, he goes, "Yeah, oh."
I'm sorry.
When he shoots his zone, like, "Yeah," and just starts crying and just, it sounds terrible and it goes on for too long and it's global, and yeah, he would add a lot of depth to his character.
I'm just saying, like, she's like or he or whatever.
What? What are you talking
I'm
about?
doing it again. They're concerned.
Come back.
They're concerned that there's going to be too many champions. You have to combine them. I'm thinking that they're going to be like, fuck, we need to pump out more champions. And they're going to start reusing assets. Like, you're going to be in a Lowy tentacle, and you're just stuck to the wall, and all your abilities are just like smash, and you just like smash your champion against the ground. And that's all you do. I feel like that's more likely.
I'm cool with that.
That's
actually.
a good question. Which reused asset would be the most fun to play?
Lowy tentacles.
That's a really good question.
So obvious.
Lowy tentacles is funny. I would love to be Rift Scuttler for a day.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really would.
We're just like, oh, dude, I'm fucking chilling.
Yeah, what's up,
like,
dog? Oh, shit, there's some dude. Time to
Cinder's
scout.
balls
like,
would be good.
Yeah.
It would just be like, well,
Anivia's wall.
I feel like a team almost would be pretty cool. You're just like sitting there quietly. Someone comes around and it's like, boom!
Be great.
Jarvan's
That's
flag.
pretty great.
That's a good one. Yeah, Jarvan's flag.
Flap, 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 flap,
Flag toss.
Quinn's bird. Where he just, oh, I gotta pick up this bitch again.
All right, keep going.
Okay, sorry.
Let's move on.
Thanks, Tara. We have one from Rickard, which was the name of my high school, by the way, Rickards. Hello, I have a few questions regarding the TeamSpeak. Me and my friends... Oh, I should probably respond to that. Me and my friends started to use the TeamSpeak while we were all from Sweden and prefer to speak Swedish when we play together. So his first question, is it frowned upon if we pop in and just create our own channel and play? Secondly, is there a lot of Europeans in the TeamSpeak? It's kind of rough playing on NA servers, even though I haven't tried on the relocated servers yet. Maybe some of your European listeners can answer when they are where they're playing from in their ping while playing on NA servers. Last question, Chris, are you the man, the myth, the legend, Cholera Ninja?
Is that you, Vinny?
I always thought you sounded like him always.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
I guess not. Then.
Dude, be a man. The Zinzao video?
What?
Is that the guy that made that video? Oh, thanks for getting mixed up with that guy.
You
That's
wish
a cool
you could
guy to
be
get
him,
mixed
right?
up with. Yeah, the biggest compliments I've ever gotten in my life was one time somebody was like, "You look like Bernie Burns." I'm like, "Shut your fucking mouth! I'm about to kiss you." So the question is it frowned upon if you hop in and make your own channel and play? There's channels already
There's a
made
fucking
for you
ton
to
of
do
channels.
that. There's a crap ton. It's not necessarily frowned upon, but we're kind of all of the admins on our server are pretty outgoing, and if we see a bunch of new people, we'll probably hop in there and be like, "Hey, what you guys doing?
Can't
How's it
promise it'll
going?"
be in Swedish though. So.
No, we probably won't. It'll probably be English or whatever. But yeah, we have people from Europe that play. We have a couple of Australians.
It's very
even
easy to
too.
check too. You just click on their thing and it'll show like whatever flag they're from, which is very useful. So I mean, if you just click on people and you're like Canada, US, Canada, US, Canada, US. Oh, there's someone from the UK. I should go talk to them because they're probably friendly.
Yeah, we have a lot. Yeah, because none of us are friendly. Yeah, we have a lot of people from the UK as well. We have a wide variety of people that hang out on our TeamSpeak. So, I mean, yeah, feel free to come on in and play with your friends, and pretty much do what you want. That's what it's there for. But its primary function is for you to talk to other people and stuff. And while I can't speak Swedish, I sure can yell about League of Legends with you in our universal language of losing games.
You can share some
Exactly.
Swedish memes with us, though.
Yeah, I would love some
memes.
Swedish fish memes.
Yeah, dude.
Aiden. But yeah, cool. So, do whatever you want.
Definitely. And if
But
you
talk
are
to
European,
us.
tell us when you play and come join our TeamSpeak during those times so this guy
Yeah.
can play with you.
Yeah.
And then he said, last but not least, his answer for this week's roundtable. Triple Stack Cho used to be really funny, but has been and always will be viable in his heart is AP Alistair.
The dream.
So he's a big fan of the show. Listened since season 1. Keep up the good work. Whoa.
Jesus, man!
I got competition.
Is he still from the Teddy era?
Radius.
Oh my god! We should read those emails on a show sometime. They're somewhere.
We'll read it on episode 250.
Something like that.
So mark it down December or whatever. Maybe. No, it'll be about a year from no. It should be sometime in December.
Yeah, this is 214, so
nice.
Yeah. What I don't want to do math or look at calendars.
Only 36 weeks, guys.
All right, yeah.
Hey guys, I'm pretty new to League and have only been playing since middle of season 5, but I think it would be really fun to make videos or even stream some of his games. His concern is that he's too newer and experienced to do this. He's ranked silver 4 in the preseason. I haven't finished his placement yet, but will probably be placed somewhere in bronze. Is it too early for me to start creating content? And if so, what should I strive for before starting content creation? I'm a big fan of the podcast. Can't wait for the next episode. Really helps on the commute to college. Thank you, Fly Tacos.
Okay, here's the deal. It's not too early for you to start making stuff. It's never too early for you to start making stuff. Actually, the sooner you start making stuff, the further ahead you'll be when you want to start actually showcasing things that you feel are impressive and such like that. Not to say that your lower level in your mind play isn't going to be worth showing or showcasing. It definitely is. But make sure that you label it as such. Be like, mid-silver play does this. Don't be like, I got this pentakill.
Or it could just be fucking entertaining content. Like, it doesn't have to...
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. Guys, name me like 3 people who make League of Legends content.
I was gonna say Civ HD. Civ HD is like silver, dude.
Civ HD, like Donkey. I mean, all these people that have like branded themselves not on like super high elo, impressive play, montages, things like that. But like, this is fun. I'm having fun. The people I'm playing with are having fun, and like, it's hilarious to watch.
Oh yeah,
that's the stuff that'll get. That's the stuff that you'll get better response to than, hey, this montage is edited really well.
Exactly.
Neat.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely. Not too early. Good luck. Let us know. We can check it out.
Yeah, shoot us some links, dude. We start putting stuff up.
Yeah. Okay. We have an email from Nathan Allen. He says, hey, guys, thanks for answering his email last week. It's nice to know that you guys are just real people who talk to random fans and not some fake tryhards that think they're a cut above.
Wow, we fooled you.
I think you're getting the wrong impression. Yeah.
I mean, that's me. I don't think I'm better than anybody else, but
it was a joke.
I think I'm better than you.
Oh. What? But you are.
Anyways, question time. I'd like to hear your thoughts on Warlords versus Fervor battle on 80 carries, and also the new assassin item. How do you think it fits on 80 carries? I don't think it's going to fit 80 carries at all.
Just because when you auto procs. If it was an active thing, then you'd build it on 80 carries every single game.
And I think that's why it's not an active.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't think, like, does anyone use Warlords?
I don't think so. I was, like, thinking about 80 carries, but, like, Fervor is so fucking good. Pretty well the real battle.
It's either Fervor or
Thunderlords. Yeah, the battle is Thunderlords versus Fervor, really. And Fervor is pretty well any auto-attacking 80 carry, then Thunderlords is, like, stuff like Corki or...
I think Lucian.
Misfortune?
People build Fervor on Lucian still. I can go fill Fervor. But I guess that could be contested.
Maybe it's because you get the double stack on your passive.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's definitely like more of a Fervor versus Thunderlords than a Warlords thing.
But he says, whenever I play 80 carry, I main Varus, and I like to get Fervor Battle because it just feels like the extra on-hit damage from his W, which I max first, and if you promise not to tell, I'll tell you the secret to OP Varus. I'm curious. I like playing Varus. But maxing his W goes really well with the Keystone Masteries once you rush the Hurricane. I believe if you're doing your job as an 80 carry, which is to stay behind the front lines and to pick people off, that heal from Warlords is unnecessary and minuscule. With the new item, he believes it'll be OP on 80 carries, just because it's almost an insta-kill if you can get them below half health, but get peeled away, i.e. Janna the Potato Peeler, and not able to follow up. Imagine, Mr. Frost, you're playing Draven, and you burst them down, but get peeled off by a Nami ult, yet you get the kill once the Nightfall procs. Oh, it's so dirty, I need a shower.
If you could use it in active, dude, that item would be fucking insane on 80 carry. Like, beyond comprehension.
Yeah. Thanks again. Much love, Nathan. P.S. Rageblade, Gunblade, Deathcap make AP Varus a thing. It works, I swear, and you heard it here first. I remember watching Hotshot GG try to play AP Varus, I think in Season 3. because his W has an insane scaling.
Well, I mean, if you get 1,000 AP, I believe it does 70% of their max health if you proc all 3 on them. That's pretty
something
dumb.
like that. Yeah.
But you have to get 1,000 AP.
It's ridiculous. PSS, I know a thing or two about potato peeling. Google Solanum tuberosum.
I googled it. It just comes up with like the Wikipedia for potatoes, so I don't know what that means.
Oh, that's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay.
That's it. So thanks everybody for the emails. If you want to send us anything that we want to talk about, we can talk about potatoes. Fuck it.
That's fine. We just did. We'll do it again.
Send it to
PotatoCast.com. Mm-hmm. Thank you. And that signals the end of the show, ladies and gents.
Before we end, Chris, did you know Kanye West's album is coming out? It's supposed to come out today.
It was supposed to come out today,
but
it didn't?
The Life of Pablo?
Wait, did it actually come out today?
I can't find it anywhere.
I thought it was supposed to be Swish, but then did he change the name?
He changed it to Waves, and then... Or no, I think it was Swish, then TLOP, and then he said he would give away, like, free Yeezys and tickets to concerts if someone could guess the name of it. And then he changed it to Waves, and then he revealed it was The Life of Pablo.
Who the fuck is gonna...
It's gotta be controversial,
Someone guessed. Someone guessed
The Life of Pablo?
Yeah. Is a 20-year-old.
Are you serious? Oh, probably. All right, whatever. Anyway, that's exciting. I guess that's what I'm gonna go try to hunt down on the internet after we're done here. But we are done here, and as such, there are some things that I need to say before we let you go. Go ahead and visit our website at WarFinch.com for all things Leakcast and also Space Police. Follow us on Twitter at Leakcast. Go ahead and like us on Facebook, please. If you'd like to respond to a roundtable question and or get in contact with us in general, feel free to seek us out in both of those venues I just mentioned, Twitter and Facebook, and also send us emails to mail@leakcastpodcast.com. Those can be responses to roundtable questions, general things, informations and links to wiki pages about potatoes. Questions about personal life, we'll Dr. Fill it up, I guess, whatever, that's cool. Go ahead and join our public TeamSpeak server. It doesn't matter if you're Swedish or not, you're more than welcome. Please hop in, it's totally cool. Download TeamSpeak 3, the client, for free off of their website, and then join our TeamSpeak server. The server address is ts.leakcastpodcast.com. There's no password, it's free and public and open for you to use. Please hop on in, say hello, or don't, if that's your thing, and have some fun. And then please consider supporting us on Patreon. We've gotten a bunch of new supporters as of late, so apparently they saw something they liked, so you might as well. So what's the harm in taking a little peeky-doo, right? Patreon, patreon.com/WarFinch. And that's gonna do it for us. And until next week, good luck in your games or whatever. I don't care. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
I don't even want to do it when you do that. Like, I'm not even going to say goodbye. No.
Ciao.